Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing amazing today. We've got a special reading. This is collective, but this is based on what's going on with your divine masculine. So please remember to only take what resonates for your story. And we're going to hop right into it. I have shuffled and now we've got a little spread here. So let's see what we can pull out. Love to switch it up for you guys. But yeah, just really getting the overall download. It's just like something is going on with your masculine, and it's like every time they want to reach out, something holds them back. So at first it could have been family and friends opposing, but now they've already overcome those obstacles, and now it's like they have either financial stuff they're dealing with or karmic situations, third parties still holding on. So your person's just trying to sort their life out before they come forward. So let's see what we've got. Welcome everyone that joins in. I hope you're doing amazing today. And yeah, just remember to take what resonates and let's hop right into it. Go ahead and like the video or comment in the chat if you find this resonates. Okay, Queen of Cups. So they're definitely dealing with a fire sign, possibly, if your person isn't a fire sign themselves. They've got someone holding on to them. This person has Queen of Cups, so that's water sign. This person has a lot of emotions for your person. So we've got Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio there. And if not, your person could also be this sign. But it really embodies the fact that they could have a third party in their life, someone who has a connection with them other than you. And this person is a water sign. Now we've got Five of Wands, so that really just signifies heavy competition. It's like, look at you. You have removed yourself from this situation. You have decided you are no longer going to be allowing yourself to chase your divine masculine. For a lot of you, you've decided to go after your own dreams and take a step back after your DM has shown you through either a separation or a breakup for a lot of you that this person has pursued other options. So it's like for a lot of you, you've decided you don't want to be a part of this competition. So that's another reason for a lot of you why your DM hasn't come forward. They know they've gotten themselves in this position. Knight of Pentacles, they want to be able to come back, but they are working on their finances currently, trying to make themselves more stable. Now, next, we've got the Page of Wands. So your person feeling a disconnect in the passion between the two of you. DM definitely wants to be able to connect on that deeper level, but Seven of Swords in reverse, something holds him back. So let's find out what this is. Let's clarify and get a little deeper. Hello, welcome back, everyone. Hello, Amy. Welcome, Ashley. Welcome, everyone. Okay, so we had one flip over as I was saying hello. So what do we have? Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so look at that. Both Knight and Page of Wands in reverse. So your person could have actually tried to make some sort of attempt towards you. So whether that was them reaching out, asking you to go out on a date, or like making the fact known that they still have feelings for you, take it how it resonates for your story. But this shows a double effort. So for some of you, your person has tried to reconcile and feels like you rejected it. Now, this could be the reason they even started dealing with this Queen of Cups for some of you. So we're going to find out. Take what fits your story. But definitely, because it's like, wow, look at Eight of Wands in reverse. So this person, your DM tried to open up to you for a lot of you recently since the split, and you could have rejected their offer, saying you didn't want to be a part of that competition anymore, or it's like you knew your person hadn't changed enough yet. It's not that you didn't love them or want to accept them back, but you knew they were still stuck in their ways of like competition, wanting to have other feminines involved or masculines, take it how it resonates for you. But this divine masculine specifically wanted to have other people involved. And it was like they always try to keep you in a competition, even though, look at that, Eight of Wands in reverse. You knew there was no competition. You knew this was your person. And so that's why you decided for a lot of you to take that step back, because it's like once you stop chasing them, that's when they actually start to realize, okay, wait, like I'm losing my person, or they dated other people to realize that. So now for a lot of you, your DM has multiple karmics that could be chasing their energy, that could be holding them back as well. They could have a Queen of Cups here so far. Let's see what else comes out. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, so someone could have definitely taken a lot of finances from your divine masculine. Look at that. 10 of Cups in reverse. Wherever they went since the split with you two, it hasn't been successful. It hasn't been their ultimate wish fulfillment. Maybe some of it's been passionate, or they've been on their own journey for their own life, but it hasn't been the full package. It hasn't been like they've had their soulmate or their counterpart and happiness at the same time. So they're really missing you, and it's like, how do they connect you two back together? So this we're going to get some clarity on, but it depends on your person, because look at all this reversal energy. Your person is terrified to come towards you. So I'm just going to read the storylines because there's quite a few I see here. The first one I see is that they put you in competition, either over a Queen of Cups, so a water sign specifically, or if not, just multiple other people. It could have even been more than a water sign with up to 4 people involved. So your person could have ended things with you and decided, you know what? They're just going to go out. DM's going to go date all the karmics and have all the life experiences. But what they didn't realize is, for a lot of you, it's like they did it to get your attention, to get you to come back, to get you to notice, well, they can move on too. But it's like this person decided to do that to a lot of the divine feminines. Your divine masculine decided to walk away for what they thought was either a better option, or it's like something that looked shinier, more successful. But then once they got there, they realized it's like that person was playing an illusion on a lot of them. So in that case, a lot of you had walked away. Now, if that's not the case, this is someone new to you. They're currently doing this. Your divine masculine is putting you in the middle of multiple people that are interested in them and saying, hey, let's see how you handle it. Let's see if you can rise above the competition. Now, for a lot of you, especially if you're an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or even a fire sign, you walked away from this energy. You said, absolutely not. Look, it just totally walked away. And as soon as you did, first passion offer came in. As soon as you two were in separation, you walked away, pulled your energy back. For a lot of you, this has already happened months ago. It was like a premature move for your DM if they came back possibly like fairly soon after the split, or maybe months down the line, but you knew they were still involved with someone else. And that's why it was like your spirit team showed you had an intuition. There was something about your DM's voice or the way they were just handling the situation. You knew they hadn't healed yet. You knew they were still on their F-boy game for some of you, like wanting to play the field, not wanting to settle down with you, even though they knew you were their person. So they decided to go off on their merry way. Page of Wands in reverse, really immature, flighty energy. Could have been hooking up with a lot of people, sleeping around. This is what your divine masculine decided to do. Go out there on the town and live their life. Now, when they tried to come back to you after that first time, this was your energy. Absolutely not. So if you resonate with this, they did try to come back prematurely, and your spirit team or just you knew intuitively there wasn't something right about it. Like it was off. So a lot of you rejected that offer, and that's what allowed you to totally push through and like jump into that new cycle of self-love. Now, if you resonate with this storyline so far, I've got one other storyline for you as well. But this first one here, it's like when you walked away, none of the competition no longer mattered to your divine masculine because they didn't have you. It's like, if I ain't got you, that saying, it's like none of it all matters. So for your divine masculine, they could have had a lot of success, financial stability, people noticing their efforts, whether that was in their career, something they're passionate about, altogether, just life-changing. And it's like, regardless, none of the shine mattered without you by their side. And any of the karmics or anyone they else were handling and dealing with, they didn't compare to you. Your divine masculine knew it. It's like every time they get a compliment or a gift or something from one of those other karmics or relationships, it just reminded them of you and like how much you would do for them. Really strong message here. And so notice how the 8 of Wands is in the reverse. It's like it was the end of the competition because your divine masculine realized really quickly when you finally pulled all your energy away that anyone else they were trying to replace with you, it didn't compare. because there were moments that the two of you shared that the both of you, without even having to speak it, knew that you two were meant to be together. And that's only a feeling. If you resonate with this, you resonate with this. Don't make it fit if you don't, but absolutely with your divine counterpart, at some point in the connection, you both were aware, and it could have just been in a look or even not said, but you both had the realization that this was your person. And however the two of you separated, this is where you now stand. Now, if this isn't the case and it's a newer connection, this person put you in the middle of a ton of competition, and they kind of knew that this could have been a really serious connection. This could have been a stable connection, but they wanted to test the waters. They wanted to see how eager you were, how willing you were to jump into it. Especially, it's like if you were a feminine, because you might not be someone who is aggressive or like chases the masculine, but this masculine DM expected you to do that. And especially if there was like up to, say, 5 to 8 people that were vying for their love, for their attention. This DM could be very attractive as well, emotionally balanced. Now, when the two of you first started dating, if this was a past relationship, they came across that way, and then somewhere along the line, your DM lost sense with their emotions. But that's because they fell so deeply and madly in love with you. And for a while, it took them a long time to figure out those emotions and balance themselves back out. But once they did, they thought they had everything under control, and they either ran away towards other relationships thinking they were going to get that same feeling. And if not, they were still lost in their confusion as to what this connection was. So they ran to competition or other people involving them because they just didn't know any better. To be honest, for a lot of them, they just didn't. Now, I don't excuse karmics and all that, especially no, absolutely not. But I'm just saying, if you love your divine masculine, and it's like, of course, you're here watching this, this person, for some of you, they just didn't understand the depths of the love that the two of you shared. Maybe they'd never experienced unconditional love before. For a lot of you, they hadn't even seen like healthy functioning relationships in their own life that they'd experienced. So possibly they had, and a lot of them they hadn't. So it's like when they experienced that deep love with you, it was something they couldn't explain or understand. So what did they do? They ran from it. So other storyline I get, if that's not your story, is about someone new, putting you in the middle of competition, you being focused on your pentacles, on your stability, on your passions, and possibly your career. You could have a business, or if not, you have just received a promotion or started a new career, something that's taking up a lot of your time. So this person tried to come in with a small flighty offer, and they weren't able to capture your attention. I'm not sure how they did this. It's different for each of you. Some of you it was a text. Others of you, this person like came up, asked you out for your number. Others of you, they could have messaged you or just kind of made like some sort of like hint that they were interested. And they feel like for a lot of you, you totally rejected it. You just either didn't realize that it was a hint, or you just pretended like you didn't. Maybe you were just like, no, this DM's going to come towards me and come correct. And I don't blame you. In this energy, like, you go girl or you go guy, however you resonate, but you deserve someone who's going to put you first and not put you in this competition. And so by you pulling back your energy or ignoring a small offer that you didn't deem as what you were putting into the relationship, that's absolutely the right thing to do, because once you did that, this person, especially if it's new, they're like, okay, who are these other people? They could have been dealing with some of these other people for longer than they've ever known you, but it doesn't matter. They're so intrigued about you. If it's a new connection, they really want to get to know you on a deeper level. Look at that. And they feel like there's no growth in their other connections. They could have connections with someone, like specifically have dated someone either in the past or more recently that uses them for their finances, or like expects a lot out of them, expects them to pay for things, to cover things, to take care of this person essentially. And so it's like another thing that intrigues them about you is they are so used to taking care of their partners, and then here comes you, and especially it's like if you are a feminine or even a masculine, you don't need anyone's help. and your DM is like, wow, who is that? I'm hearing that song, Who's That Girl? Pretty sure that's EVE. That's an old school one. But yeah, if you remember that, EVE and Gwen Stefani. But anyways, check that out, because that's what I feel like your DM is saying right now. If it's a newer connection, if it's older, they already knew who that girl was. They just let her get away, you know? So, or him, take it how it resonates. But for most of you, hopefully this is resonating. We're going to pull a few clarifiers. Okay, so I just saw rebirth there as I'm shuffling. So for some of you, this person wants to come in a lot sooner than you think to bring light to this situation, to make it better. And it's like they don't know how to move forward because of the past circumstances. However they put this ending between you, or this big separation or like distance between you, it was big. If it was someone from the past that you dated previously, they really tried to make sure this relationship was over when they walked away. And then now they have so many regrets, because look at that. So, wow, for some of you, if your divine masculine comes back towards you, they know judgment day is here, because they could have talked badly about you, divine feminine. They could have literally said, oh no, don't need her. I'm with this karmic now and life's so grand and we're going to get married. It's the best relationship I've ever been in, yada da. And meanwhile, it's not even true. Look at that. It's judgment reverse. It's not even true. And your DM would rather not be honest about how they're feeling, because they'd rather not face the judgment or the truth that for a lot of you, they truly tried to leave you out in the cold. They truly tried to walk away and make no room for anyone coming back to apologize. And so now it's like DM knows if he wants to come back and apologize, he's got to come back correct and, you know, really own the mistakes and be genuine about it. Because otherwise it could be like the other time this person could have tried to come back. It's going to be a no-go. And so if that doesn't resonate, well, they've got a lot of competition they put you in. Now, it could be both scenarios for some of you. You're the high priestess. For a lot of you, it's like your spirit team had enough of this person taking advantage of you. 1717 was just on the live. So they gave you some sort of knowledge, sight, awakening. It could have been in a dream. It could have literally just been in your thoughts. All of a sudden, oh wow, that makes sense now. Things that your person lied about, or things that they didn't connect together, the puzzle pieces, spirit did. Spirit said, okay, no, enough is enough of this person. Literally, for some of you, if you dated DM, lying right to your face. No, there's no one else. Meanwhile, setting up to leave with the karmic. Then caused disaster. Left a lot of you divine feminines out in the cold, so now they know if they come back, it's just going to look like a joke to some of you. Even though you love this person, it's like if they don't come in correct, then there's no point for either of you. Now that's a heavy energy for someone right there. That won't resonate for everyone, but for others of you, you literally just walked away because you had that insight and your spirit team was saying enough's enough. Like, you deserve to be happy in love. You don't deserve to be in a competition with others, especially if you resonate with having woke up first in the connection and realizing that this was your person. Or for a lot of you, just the fact was you're supposed to have kids with this person. You're supposed to have a family with them. And this person just tried to leave you out in the cold. And now, when that all happened, Spirit actually gave you the discernment and the ability as well to decide if you want to move forward with someone else and have that dream elsewhere. You're able to have that as well, because it's like this person had so many chances with a lot of you, your DM. So now I see down here Knight of Wands again. So this person, either this is coming up or this just happened. They tried to get your attention, make a move on you somehow. So you didn't notice for a lot of you, because we got 10 of Cups in reverse, your person feeling devastated. It's like, even if they have other things going on, they could be happy about them, but not really. 10 of Cups in reverse. I mean, 10 of Cups in the upright is total wish fulfillment, happiness. It's everything put together. In the reverse, this person could be feeling a lot of loss, a lot of regret, and a lot of depression, or just like they really wish things were different. That's the overall sense I get. Your DM's like, wow, how did they put you through this? For a lot of you too, if they left you for someone else, that person was an illusion. that person used them and made you even look a certain way for some of you, and they really see it now. And so they just have a lot of regrets. High Priestess, though, look at that. So spiritually upgrading, you are after this connection. A lot of you probably already have, and if not, you are headed towards that. Just like a strong connection with your intuition. For some of you, before this connection, you were getting those signs and you never trusted them. But now it's like, you know what's right and what's wrong and what gives you red flags. And now after this person put you through a lot of tough cycles, you're no longer willing to put up with that from them anymore. And that's the best thing for all of you, collective, that resonate with this. This is what you learned. And you also taught this person, people aren't going to put up with their crap. You know, some pushovers may, but it's just not right to do to anyone. So, wow, beautiful. Some of you, this person was not only taking advantage of you, but other people. And people were more of a pushover than you were. You had the ability to walk away and say, no, enough's enough. But there were other people still attached to your DM that didn't have that ability. And it's almost like by you saying, no, enough's enough, you actually broke the cycle so that they realized what they're doing to other people. Now, some of you, this person's still kind of in that energy. But a lot of you, they really realized they were taking advantage of people that they didn't have the same love for. And they could have even been pretending that they did over and over again. And then realizing now, as they sat back, how much damage they caused. So say they told you and maybe a karmic or two else that they loved. And then they could have even told a past person of theirs that they love them. They had just this whole circle of people just to kind of keep them, it's like preoccupied from what they did to you, Divine Feminine. They wanted you to feel like they forgot about you completely. That's the vibe I get. But it left them feeling like, wow, what did they do? And they could have gotten really, you know, more than just you upset with them if they're over there breaking hearts. Call them Mr. Heartbreaker. So take it how it resonates. But yeah. The beautiful thing about this reading is they've learned now that like they can't treat people like that. Wow, the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So things are going to change. And that's for the both of you, because look at that. Divine Masculine's been feeling reverse 10 of Cups, like everything, it's like an ending. Like everything's come down on them. So maybe a bunch of people have really came at them for what they did. Maybe they started to realize now, no, okay, they were playing this person and you. And it just wasn't right. And for some of them, even their past person, a new person, couple new people, and then they just left you out in the cold. Wow. And that's beautiful. The sun is here. So you could be an Aries, a Taurus. You could be a Leo. You could be a Aquarius. You could be a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. Those are the main signs, and a lot of water energy as well. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But yeah, there's so many different energies here across the board. So it just really signifies this DM was really trying to forget. And a lot of you knew this, and this is what kept you away from this person. And now they're like, okay, they want to talk to you, but they feel like a lot of you aren't even going to want to hear a word out their mouth. Okay, let's get a few messages. Yeah, look at that. 6 of Swords in reverse. So feeling like you wouldn't want to have a new journey, a new beginning with them. They feel like they're spiritually blocked as well. So what your DM doesn't realize, though, is that all it requires is them to like connect. It's like they could keep themselves in this mindset that like they want to do better, they want to be better, but then when it comes down to it, they don't actually put those efforts in. And it's like what the DM doesn't realize is they got to do it for them. They can want to do it for you guys all day, collective, but it starts within. You can only love someone else when you truly love yourself within. Like, you got to have that self-love. And for a lot of the DMs, they don't. That's why they go after person in person and try and replace the empty feeling. And for a lot of you, now this could have finally came crashing down, that people see through the illusion, so they're alone. But if it is that case, this is for the better, because they're finally doing the healing and the inner work like you did. Or like you're currently still doing. And so if your person came back prematurely, for a lot of you, this is why you didn't accept it, or why your spirit guides urged you not to accept their offer, because they still were dealing with karmics, or even a relationship, or even their past before you, or even a couple of those things. For the worst case scenario for some of you, they were really all over the place at one point, all over the city, all on the map. I think too that some people didn't know some people, but then it really just like crashed down on your DM. So poor DM, send your DM some light and healing. I never get this in the reading, but it really seems like they are devastated right now, like really feeling a loss. For some of you, realizing that they lost you trying to chase a dream or even multiple dreams, and like all those dreams weren't reality. So with the sun, this person is really actually has no idea this is coming in. So it's like if they reach out to you, a lot of you, if you hear them properly, like you know they're in a higher vibrational state or they're more aware of their actions. I feel like a lot of you are so willing to talk to this person, and at least like I had a channel message earlier if you didn't check it out, but it's like at least be friends for some of you, or just like have that closure, that peace. Because at one point, the two of you really saw each other as your be-all, end-all. So take it out, Fitz, because some of you may have decided like enough was enough and you walked away. And your person knows this. 10 of Cups in reverse. They know it's over. But just by having that, like, I mean, I'm not saying to anyone that it's in a toxic relationship, go reach out and stuff. Don't put yourself back in the middle of that. But if you know, this person's going to reach out, or they do, or you feel like it's a safe space too, follow your heart. And even if your heart just says to make amends and be friends, or to move forward in your life, then forgiveness is key. Like that's the key thing, because whether you realize this or not, the big energy I'm channeling here for your DM and for you as a collective is you still have this undeniable love for this person in your heart. Even if you're not in love with them, you still have that deep unconditional love for them. And it's like, you always will. So just know that it's going to do your heart a huge favor by actually just making peace with this person. Even if the two of you decide to walk away from each other, Ace of Swords at the bottom, even if the two of you decide to end it. Hello, welcome back, Sharon. Welcome. We've got Philly, Psychic. Welcome, everyone. Hope you guys are resonating. This is a really beautiful message. It's just definitely for those in separation, and I'm trying to read it both ways, whether you're going to go back or you're not going to. Just know that it's like this is going to bring so much peace to your heart. But for a lot of you, the reason you've stayed away is because this person put you in a lot of mental conflict, a lot of drama with other people. So they could have even had like their family and friends like upset with you or watching you for walking away from this connection. And two, some of the DMs had made you look like the bad person in this connection collective so that they had the ability to move on. And so when that all came crashing down too, because multiple people were like, wait a minute, I thought you said this person was this way. But I think too, even some of the partners could have realized, okay, no, there's things that's not adding up either with what DM was saying or DM was doing, or both. And that's the same energy they gave you. They would say one thing and then they wouldn't follow through with everything. Or, it would just be like half attempts. And this person used to give you the world. So for a lot of you, it was no longer acceptable. But that's when they were giving to someone else. And that's only for those that were in a connection with this person from the past. If you weren't in a connection with this person and it's new, this person was either dealing with someone from their past or someone they were kind of dealing with already as you came in. So they just put you on the back burner and said, oh, whatever, if this person's going to stay, they'll stay. If not, like, this person thought they were it. For some of you, definitely could have been dealing with an Emperor, so an Aries or a Taurus or a Leo, but they had a big personality and they just thought that that was it. It doesn't matter. People are going to chase them. And you could have just been like, okay, no, enough's enough. Or your spirit team was like, okay, enough is enough. Like, especially if you're feminine, you shouldn't even chase at all, to be honest. And if you felt like this person put you in that mode that you did, your spirit team was like pulling you back, because that's just the way it is when it comes down to dating. Especially I think we got some masculines in the chat. Definitely add to this, but like, I don't know, even if it comes to feminines or not, everyone wants a chase. And especially if you're in that masculine energy, especially with your DM, they wanted you to chase them because they're so used to having all those people interested in them. But your spirit team's saying no, because at the same time, your DM gets bored when people are just falling all over them. They're not into that. They want that chase. So this is like I guess they would say the double-edged sword. It's like you should move forward towards this person and flirt with them, but at the same time you can't, because your spirit team is like, okay, no, like if you want to keep this person for the long term, you got to come back over here and focus on you. So a lot of you are really trying to do that. I feel like this month is really good for you to just like realize a lot of stuff from the past is just like long over with. You're coming into this newfound confidence, realizations that anyone or anything that tried to bring you down or, you know, make you look a certain way, those are just words. And anyone who's in that energy, like, send them healing, man, because life's too freaking short. I mean, that's all you got to say. Everyone's got a different story. I don't know about you guys, but leave it in the chats. I'm sure everyone in the collective's been through some awful betrayals or heartbreaks. And here we are. Keep on moving with love and forgiveness in our hearts. And no judgments as to who someone was yesterday. Or even if they treated you bad a year ago. Just say, you know what? They didn't know any better. Forgive and forget and move forward. And that's all it comes down to. And if anyone would try and like block you from feeling that, time to move forward. Welcome back, Queen Jay-Z. Exactly. That's the way to be. And you know, see, that's the thing. If you just tuned in now, I was saying this earlier, the moment you started pulling back your energy and focusing on you, and for some of you, we had the 4 Pentacles, so focusing on that bag, getting that savings. Maybe I said it was a new career, or even Knight of Pentacles here. You could have either got a new career, or for some of you, you're going to get a promotion, or even like a job relocation where you just need to put in more hours, more time, more they expect you to do for the company, however that applies for you. Or say you're a business owner, same thing. You could be getting ready for summer for some launches and stuff. So depending how that resonates for you, you're really busy. And the more you focus on you and pull back, your person's attracted to that. Like straight up, especially if you're a feminine. They love to see it because too, they could be dealing with some people, or say they walked away from you. They're dealing with some people that, you know, they thought everyone was like you, divine feminine, hardworking, getting that stability. You're someone who's able to take care of your home, take care of your work life. If you have kids or pets, you do all of it. And you took care of your DM for a lot of you too, while you were either together or if you lived together, same thing. You really took care of that person. And so when they left, they thought they would find that energy elsewhere. And they quickly realized that energy was irreplaceable. So that is beautiful. Got to give it up to Beyonce. Did anyone see? I just saw on the news or something today that, I think it was Instagram, but anyways, it was Adele had actually shared her Grammy for Beyonce. I thought that was so beautiful. But isn't that cool? She like broke it in half apparently, because she said that Beyonce deserved it, so they shared it. I think that's so beautiful. Love that. Just thought of that when I said irreplaceable. But funny how Spirit made me bring that up, because it's not something I would always bring up. But if you guys did see that moment, if not, definitely check that out, because it's so sweet. All right, so let's see what else we've got here. 9 of Pentacles. Look at that. That hard work is about to pay off for you guys in a big way. 9 of Pentacles is like almost hitting that 10 of Pentacles. So that's a big jump in your stability, because we had the 4 of Pentacles earlier. So for some of you, this promotion, this jump in your career, or say you moved to a different company, however it resonates, you're getting more hours for some of you. Beautiful. Okay, so it's like this too. Say you work in the, like some sort of public service industry. You could work in something outdoors doing events. You could work in something to do with like even restaurants, or for others of you, it could be a bar or something outdoors though. So maybe you're going to have more hours coming in, but I really feel like for a lot of you, it's actually like events. So you could work even festivals, or like you could work on one of those ferry boats, something like this. Really let me know if you do something cool like that. But however it applies with the weather changing, you are going to be working more. So you're required. For some of you, you could actually work at a dome, whether that's like a sports dome, could be baseball, could be soccer for others of you. But yeah, it's like you're going to get an increase in your hours, however that applies for you. And you're going to look really tanned while you do it, and beautiful for some of you. For like outdoor jobs, you're going to be really in shape this summer. So something positive to look forward to. Feeling like the vibe 2022 as a collective, if you really put that work in, like this is going to be the best year for you to shine and truly feel that self-love within yourself, because you went through a major transformation walking away from someone who wasn't valuing your love the way they should have. That really opened up your eyes, Kay. It's time to focus on you. And so if you truly harness this energy for this whole next year coming, collective, especially if you went through a really difficult heartbreak, ending, anything like that, harness that energy and make it yours. Truly stand in your own originality and individuality, and watch yourself look back and realize that this would be probably one of the best years of your life, or at least you'll feel that way on the inside and out. And it all starts on the inside. So just trust that. But I just get this vibe. It's like you're either going to be working out more, you're going to be outside more, you're going to be spending more time with friends and family. Maybe you have a boat or a cottage or a vacation home, but you're going to just be living the life. And it's like Wheel of Fortune too. Like I said, upgrading your career, your overall way of being and feeling. And so really take advantage of that, and just know this year is all about you and how you feel. Amazing. I'm glad to hear that, Sharon. Yeah, I feel like honestly, as a collective, all of you, especially if you went through this major ending with your person, like transform that energy into like beautiful cycles in your own life, because you have the ability. And it's not even about manifesting, it's just about believing in yourself, your dreams. And I feel like for some of you, you're just got a big change coming in. I'm not sure what this is, but for some of you, definitely reuniting or the thought of. This won't resonate for everyone, but we're going to get a few clarifiers on that, because I know that's what you're all here for. I hope this is resonating. Go ahead and like the video if it is. And thank you so much for tuning in. But yeah, this is all about that self-love journey, especially after feeling like someone didn't see you as the best option. So you decided, you know what, you want to be the best option for you, not for anyone else. And wow, is it ever starting to show, collective? Or for a lot of you, it's like it always showed. From the moment you turned and walked away from this person, the end of the competition was over. They were like, okay. It's like those 4 or 5 other people, how many other people, it didn't even matter. Once you walked away, and especially if you were in like a long-term relationship with this person. But yeah, so Queen of Cups here. They could have dealt with this person either before you or after you. Take it how it resonates. Could have been right before the two of you ended. Worst case scenario for some of you. But Queen of Cups energy, if it's not a water sign, just the energy this person embodies. Very emotional, emotionally giving, but can also be emotionally manipulative. So this person played on, this person played on your person's emotions. So say that you and your person were going through difficult times because of the way they were being non-committal. Your person, your DM, I can't even believe Spirit just gave me this message. They were actually feeding off that and trying to be like, well, I would never do you like that. And I wouldn't. And so your person really like was so heartbroken or confused, especially over the fact that they felt this deep love for you. They didn't know what it was. So they just like ran off to the next person, only to realize that was an illusion. 3 of Cups. Wow. At the bottom. So that person they left you for, Queen of Cups, definitely put them in a third party. And that's why DM's in hermit mode for a lot of you. Okay, sometimes Spirit is just too good right now. I literally can't even. Wow. So let's shuffle and get some more cards. But just, it really signifies whatever your person did to you to leave you out in the cold for someone else, the person they picked from you and that other person actually had another option. And so they picked that other option over your person. And it's just like the tables turned real fast. Now, this is a good thing, though, because this is what caused your divine masculine to go into, okay, now it's time to spend some time alone healing and like really facing their own emotions. So mostly for the collective right now, this is where divine masculine's sitting. They could be talking to people, or they could have people trying to talk to them, but I don't get the vibe that they're out dating or they're out like dealing with this Queen of Cups anymore. Definitely feel like that's over with, because the Queen of Cups picked someone else. And look at that. Knight of Wands. So your person also tried to make this offer to this Queen of Cups and got rejected. So they could have been dealing with either, wow, look at that. So we've got all fire, water, and a Virgo sign there. So any of those signs. But DM tried to leave you for that person, and that person said, okay, no, I actually have someone else I'm more interested in. See you later. So their offer was rejected. So they finally felt a taste like of the rejection. So I feel like after that, though, this person didn't stop. They could have had more people they tried to date. Yeah, look at that. Maybe even up to 2 people, but feeling like it was more just like a physical based connection. Like it wasn't actually emotionally based. And it's like, okay, so I'm not sure how you and your DM were. You definitely must have been the type that like spent a lot of time in either deep conversation or definitely a lot of time together, whether that was nights alone or going out to the movies, going for dinner, or doing all these different fun things. You and your person could have did a lot of fun things together. And so then all of a sudden they try to do these things with other people, or they try to feel those same feelings, and it just wasn't the same. Like your DM found themselves comparing to you. And a lot of you never got to that point with anyone else. You've still been healing, working on yourself. You could just be at the point now, for a lot of you, you're ready to date someone new. But in the past, like you weren't running to this person and that person like your DM was. You took the time to truly heal. And so this is why this person, it's like delayed reaction. Like they're just going through the cycle right now. Because finally they've been left alone by all the people they tried to leave you out in the cold for. So if it was a Leo in the past that this person tried to leave you out in the cold for, yeah, either a water sign or a Leo, or it could have even been both for worst case scenario for some of you. And now this person has realized that you were the one person that gave them strength through all those difficult situations emotionally. And it's like they cannot come cry to you because of the way they treated you, the way they spoke about you. And your person's devastated. Knight of Wands. So 9 of Wands, they definitely are like, it doesn't matter what the maze looks like or how difficult the obstacles are. The passion and the love they have for you, it just burns so deep. 4242 is just on the live. That's really beautiful. And so I really feel like this person, it's like, ain't no matter. Wait, no, ain't no mountain. I was gonna say ain't no matter. I don't even know what that is. But ain't no mountain high enough. Yeah, that one. Feel like that. Just like, okay, especially if your person sings to you. Possibly they do. 9 of Swords. Either that or I'm getting like a DM that like dances for you. Maybe like cheesy dancing you guys do together. I don't know, okay? I don't know. I just feel like your DM's cheesy at dancing. I never said you were collective, but maybe this DM's a little cheesy at dancing. Or they're really good. It's either one or the other. They're either like the awkwardest, like just can do the robot, or maybe they can do the worm. Maybe Spirit has said maybe they can do the lawnmower. Was it the sprinkler? But I'm hearing for others of you that are actually really good dancers, and that's not true. So definitely leave it if your person's a good dancer. That's awesome. I think that is so cool. Definitely. You know, because not enough masculines these days like to show that kind of side of themselves. They're like slightly feminine yet masculine. And I think that's so cool. I love that. I don't know. I just think people shouldn't be afraid to be themselves however they want to be, you know. Doesn't matter if you're feminine and you want to be feminine but a little bit masculine, or if you're masculine and you want to be feminine, like a little masculine. Hey, who cares? Or if you want to just be feminine or just masculine. To each their own, right? So I think however this person was with you, though, you allowed them to come out of their shell. Yeah, okay, there we go, spirit. You allowed them to show a deeper side of themselves that they didn't with other people. So, like, they could have been very sensitive. They could have been very deep. They could have been very emotional. This person, like, I just get the vibe when they opened up and expressed things to you, like, they truly told you things they either didn't tell other people, or they just, like, they meant what they said, you know? So that's really beautiful. What do we got in the chat here, everyone? Sorry, I'm right into this reading for you guys. I feel like this is such a beautiful reading, the lovers. Oh, I can't even. Okay, yeah, so it depends on you guys for your DM. It's different for everyone. But I feel like some of you have a more emotional DM, someone who's not afraid to cry in front of you and show you their feelings. For others of you, this DM could be a little bit, like, funny. Like, they love to make cheesy inside jokes with you. Or for others of you, like, they're very soft and sensitive and cuddly and giving. And you just wouldn't expect that, but it's only how they are with you. So that's really sweet if you vibe with that. Yes, some of you need to hear this. I guess they weren't that overly cuddly and open and giving with the others that they were with you. And so, woo, one of the little things just went flying. So I feel like, if anything, though, this person just definitely is like, wow, like, what did they do? Because it's like, too, you know, when you just feel like you get hit with a bunch of emotions at once? Like, DM was running away from his emotions with you guys, so, and trying to, like, distract himself with other people. So now that everyone else is gone, it's like, what did I do? You know? But, like, not in, like, a mocking way, like a really sad way. Sorry, I'm not a good masculine voice. But it's like your DM's like, ugh, like, and then they're like, aw, that's so sweet. It's like, hey, so you know how, like, they sleep by their phone? Like, people are like that by their bedside, or maybe by them, literally. For some of you, this person doesn't wake up, so they have to sleep with their phone. Okay, this is so weird. I've never got this message from Spirit. Leave it in the comments if this resonates, because this is just so beautiful. For some of you, this person cannot wake up, so apparently they have to sleep with their phone, like, really loud right beside them, a couple alarms set, or, like, bruh just does not wake up. Aw, and apparently you guys used to wake your person up, and now they're like, what did I do? Apparently they're late for work. Someone needs to hear that. If you guys live together and separated, apparently they're late for work. That is so cute. So it just really shows, though, yeah, it's like, okay, so when they walked away because they were like, they're gonna find better, and it's a lot of you divide feminine, it's because you weren't settling with them being non-committal or in and out with you. Especially if they started really strong with you and then they kind of faded and they were giving other energy elsewhere. It's like you knew they were giving to another connection, but they weren't willing to tell you. And that applies whether that's a past person you dated for a while and split, or a new person. In different ways, you both knew that this person was dealing with someone else, whether it was like they were dating them or just casually talking to them, but they were dealing with someone else. And so that person kept taking their attention from you. And so if you were dating and that person took their attention from you, they're in so much regret, because they're like, what? Like, they walked away from a couple-year relationship, couple-year marriage, I'm hearing. For some of you, could have been even like 10, 20-year marriage. Just walked away for what they thought was going to be their soulmate, their person, and then they were sadly mistaken. The person they spent all that time and years with, that was it. And they just walked away because they're frustrated with having to put in work, or you two being on opposite pages. And so now they just really see it for what it was, though. It's like, your divine masculine sees you were the one that really took care of the home and took care of yourself and took care of your family and them. And you did a lot for them. Emotionally, mentally, and even just like how much you loved them and really just gave to the connection. And honestly, this is so beautiful to read, I just got to say. Because a lot of you aren't aware of how much they truly do love you. And I think someone in this chat or someone watching later needs to hear that. I think they truly have this deep love for you. And this is why Spirit's saying it was so important for them to finally get away from everyone else. They don't totally understand that yet. So if you're watching right now, you have an insight. Now, maybe there's a few cross watchers that all of a sudden are going to have an insight, which is awesome. If your spirit team led you here and you're a cross watcher, you are a divine masculine watching in separation. There you go. This was supposed to happen. But that's only going to be for a few of you. But if you got led here and you are that is beautiful, because someone needed to hear that message. They're saying no more running around, spend 2 months or a couple weeks even, just focus on you, right? And a lot of you divine feminines, you already did that work for a couple months, even a couple years. And now you're ready to date, whether it's this person or someone new. You finally have healed and you're on your glow up. And now this is the delayed reaction, because the whole time you spent healing, whether it was a couple months, couple years, they spent it distracting themselves with other relationships, other people. And now they're just starting to go through it. So I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but big time for the collective, it's like a lot of them are finally just in seclusion, in hermit mode, like you were that entire time. And so if you are a DM watching, this is what I'm saying. If you really want to tap into the way you can truly heal yourself, whether you want to be with this divine feminine or anyone else, it's like, spend that time to heal, because that's the best thing you could do for yourself, the same way that the divine feminines did already. They've already done that healing, and that's why they're on their glow up, why they're on their track to their life purpose, their new job upgrades, or for some of them, just like, you know, you can tell in the divine feminines, like, and some divine masculines absolutely take how it resonates, but for a lot of you, divine masculine's the one that ran away in the collective, and divine feminines are truly the ones that took the time to heal. And that's why you can literally see it in the physical appearance, in the way that they speak, in the way that they talk and communicate to others, and most importantly, just in their aura and their energy. And it's because a lot of you, like, congratulations, you really took the time to heal. Spirit saying you should really, honestly, take a minute to bask in that and think about it. Especially too, it's like some of you could have even been celibate, healing that entire time as well. If you did that, like, congratulations, like, that's a big thing to do. And other people in your life may not necessarily understand that, but if you went through a difficult ending with this person and you chose self-love instead of rushing into new relationships like your DM did, you know why you did it, and you know how you feel now. And how you are actually ready to move back into love, whether it's with this person or someone else, because that's what Spirit did for you. Spirit said, okay, you do the work with me and I'll work with you. And so now it's really beautiful, because you could probably definitely resonate with that feeling, like you'll always love your DM, but at the same time, like, if they don't hurry up and fill that role or fit those shoes, you can't wait forever. And you don't deserve to wait forever. But that's the beautiful thing about this. You took the time to heal. So it's like Spirit saying it's on you. Do you want to go back to them, or do you want someone new? Up to you. You can pick a path and follow it. And the moment you kept working on you, this person in particular is like, they just feel like it's hopeless, like they can't come back. So a few other storylines I was getting as to why they couldn't come back. First was like they either talked about you to karmics, to family and friends, said it was your fault it ended, when a lot of you know, in fact, it was the opposite. Your divine masculine had interest somewhere else, but they didn't either have the ability to be honest and tell you, so they could have ended it in a very, like, deceitful way to everyone around them. And especially you, divine feminine, if they totally just left you out in the cold and dropped you, like, you know, especially if you're married to this person and if you're like a mother of their kids, like some of them just really just like pretended like they didn't even know you, or even the kids I'm hearing. And like this person, if they have kids they walked away from, I just heavy energy I feel in my heart from this person right now. Just like, how could they do that to their family? So take that how it resonates. But if you were married to this person, or even if you weren't and you have a child or kids, they're just really like, they know they didn't only let you down, but they let those kids down. And especially if those kids are like teenagers or grown, it's not like they can just come back and they'll just forget. It's like, no, like these people, like these kids are going to always remember how they just forgot about the family. And it's like something that breaks their heart. Wow. For some of them, they could really be deep in addictions right now. They could not be kind of talking to people about it. but this could also be the hermit mode. Maybe they're healing, overcoming that. And it's like a lot of you divine feminines like don't deal with addictions as issues, or if you did, that was a cycle you overcame like years ago. And so your DM is feeling embarrassed to even like open up. Like it's not something they would want to communicate to you. Like they're struggling with alcohol or other addictions, and like even if they were struggling in the past with some sort of like dating to do with like hookups and stuff, right? Like a sex addiction, they feel so uncomfortable even coming towards you with that, because they know that you don't have that issue. But see, what your DM's forgetting is you were always that person. You were always that person that gave them the strength. And so that's how they look at you. Like you don't judge them. You're always willing to listen and give them solid advice and make them feel better. And now they just feel like, wow, what did they do? But yeah, if your person, like, they let an addiction like that affect them and they went around and dated a bunch of people, they're definitely feeling the loss right now. Because, okay, for some of you, it's like people are talking about it. Like, they could have really crossed some boundaries and maybe hooked up with too many people. And for others of you, it's just like this. The matter of the fact is this person, like, let sex come in between the unconditional love that the two of you had, and they just feel stupid, like silly, you know, because your person's not stupid, but just that's how they feel. Like, wow, 5 5 5 5 on the reading, how did they do that? Wow, it's like they feel like, how did they manifest this? Because maybe too, even your person really manifested you at the beginning of the connection. I just heard, how did they manifest this? Maybe your person is someone who believes in manifestation, all that kind of stuff. But specifically, they're like, how did they come into this outcome now? Hello, Yvonne. We've got Teresa and Cindy. Welcome to everyone new in the chats. Mimi. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, and this is it, right? It's like, it's all about you guys. Spirit's truly saying here, I'm just giving you an update on how your person's feeling, and really heavy energy. I just got to say, a lot of realizations for this person, and they just feel like it's too little too late for some of them. And for others of them, they want to come back, but they want to heal from whatever they're going through first, whether it's a heartbreak from that person leaving them out in the cold, or a heartbreak from them knowing how they left you out in the cold. It's like your person's just like wallowing a little bit, but they need to feel it, because they really didn't allow themselves to feel it when you guys broke up. So even though you could be like, oh, they're like, you know, it's like, no, let them literally wallow in their own emotions, like their own pity right now, because they never thought about it. They just kept trying to like keep on moving ever since the two of you split and they moved on to someone else. And so they could even be feeling your heartbreak, a little bit of heartbreak from this other person. And they're just like, even if they're dealing, especially with like drinking too much or something like that, they're like, okay, like they have so much on their back, like a lot of weight on their shoulders is how they feel. And they just don't feel like coming towards you is going to fix anything. But see, for a lot of you it is, but it's like your person is really just stuck in their own head about it. So that's what they need to learn. And it's perfectly like a really good thing, honestly, if they do take the time to heal the same way that you guys did. And I know that's not what everyone wants to hear, because some of you might be like, so what? It's going to be like, you know, half a year before they come around. Well, maybe, but I mean, true love and like unconditional love, isn't it worth a lifetime? Like, doesn't it like, I know no one wants to hear that separation and stuff, but to come across that kind of love in your life is just beautiful in itself. Some people never get the chance. So just remember that. You know? Oh, and because I have everyone tuned in. Oh my gosh, how did I not start the reading with this? Okay, loves, we're celebrating all month is Earth Month. So yeah, let's get excited. Earth Month. We've got Earth Day at the end of the month. Absolutely. That will be a special day we will celebrate. I was thinking possibly on Earth Day. Or around there, I'll do like a small live where if you wanted to pay like no more than $10 for a couple questions answered or something like a mini reading, we'll do something like that. Let me know if you guys are interested and I can kind of schedule it. I do have people that randomly ask all the time about a love reading or a little reading. So let me know. I'd love to just plan it ahead of time though. And maybe we could do that at the end of the month to celebrate Earth Day. And maybe, yeah, we'll figure out to do a little bit of the donations towards, you know, the planet, something like this. Maybe I'll attach a fundraiser or something. So yeah, even some of the donations could go towards the fundraiser, something like that. But I think that would just be beautiful to do. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. You know, got to keep it Earth gang. So let me know. I saw that today. I was like, yes, Earth Month. That's what I'm all about. And yeah, absolutely. If you guys, you know, are down with that kind of stuff, do something little in your neighborhood. I don't know, even if not, just go for some walks this month. Really spend that time outdoors and reconnect and feel that energy, because that's really beautiful. So yeah, look at that. So, okay, awesome. I'm glad you guys are down. But yeah, I was just thinking about it. So with the Queen of Swords in reverse, this is you in the past, cut off game with your person, and now they're just kind of sad. They're feeling like, are they going to be the same way? They just don't want to come in because they feel like they've went through so much heartbreak or loss recently, you know, 10 of Cups in reverse. So if they come back and you reject them, especially if you did in the past, they're like, okay, like they just don't feel like they could mentally handle it. That's really the energy I'm getting. But see, this is the thing. Your person left you guys out in the cold 1 or 2 or even 3 times over, and you guys showed them how it's done. You guys showed them that you survived all on your own. After all those spiritual attacks too, they could have sent people or said things with people that didn't like you, you know, made up things to make people didn't like you, only to realize you literally overcame all of that on your own. And now this person is upset because they're going through it. And it's like a lot of the DMs still have their family and friends around. Because, like, they kept the family and friends by lying on you. So, wow. So, that's it. So, listen. So, DM sitting at home like, shoot. Like, how did, like, shit. Like, I was going to say shit, but I was like, shit. They're like, how did they make the situation better? Because they could have, like, really, you know, tried to make you look like the bad person, divine feminine. But it was just because they already were dealing with that karmic energy. And so they knew if they jumped into a new relationship with either their past person, their ex, or someone new, everyone else was going to realize it was their fault. But that happened eventually anyways, because your person dated a bunch of people after you, never healed, and a lot of you divine feminines are still single and healing. So with that, your person's like, okay, so that's probably what they're like really in addictions about. How do they tell everyone that they love and care about that you're the only person they truly want to, you know, love and care for mainly, and they can't because they lied on you? Look at that, 7 of Cups. All for illusions. They thought they had so many options with other people. Like, 2. A lot of the times when you get in a connection in a divine union, the two of you radiate each other's energy. Like, because you're so happy in love and you're so connected, the two of you are in your high vibing energy, your divine energy. And so when that happens, other people will be attracted to you and your person easily, like nothing. But see, the thing was, your person didn't understand the energy the same way you guys did. And you might not have understood the energy, but you did a better attempt at understanding it. You didn't run off to others. And this person was like, oh, this person's interested, this person, I'm going to go over here and then go over here. And then they realized like none of those people had the same energy you did. None of those people, they had the same connection. And a lot of them were just attracted to their energy. They weren't actually offers. Like illusions. Fake cups. So they could have had a one night stand. They could have had someone, wow, for some of you, your DM went off and then someone else was like married or in a long-term connection. For others of you, there was someone who used them for material gain. And here, for some of you, it's like they either had a connection with someone who's long distance and that didn't work out. And there's a ghost there, so someone ghosted them. So there you go. Your DM dealt with up to 5 people, though. That won't resonate for everyone, but for some of you, it's like I said, they just tried to run so far away, like they were never coming back to you. And then now they're like, how do they get back? All right, let's do some love messages. That story got intense. I was going to do love messages a while ago, and then it just kept going there. I couldn't even believe it. So definitely let me know if that resonates, because that's a very specific, heavy story. Okay, some just dropped already. Okay. So I'm going to keep going because it literally fell, and I know you guys like to see them. Okay. There we go. My apology. Delayed reaction on the live. I was like, okay, wait, are we good? So I'm just going to show you quick because they fell on the ground. I know you guys like to see them, but they fell in a chunk. So I feel like this happens for a reason. I want to make things right between us. I wish you would take me back. Wow. Okay, literally spirit is on freaking point. I need to get my life in order before coming forward. I'm sorry I let the opinions of others get in the way. That was literally the first thing I felt. So like I said, there's like so many things they did, but for some of you, they either let people talk on you and make up stuff, or they talked on you, made up stuff, and really let people's opinions affect them deciding if they wanted to be with you or not. And for a lot of you, they realized either if someone talked about you, they know it was a lie. It's like they had people that talked about you because those people wanted to be with you. Because those people saw you as a divine feminine, as like perfect person to be with, wifey, husband material. And they knew what your DM was doing, your divine masculine, just letting you get away so they could be with, you know, whoever this other person was. They were like, okay, did they not see their worth? Maybe this person needs glasses. Hey, maybe for some of you, your person does. I don't know. But I'm just getting the vibe that they went to someone else, and like, it's like even people in their life could have been like, yeah, walk away from them. But meanwhile, it's like, they're like talking amongst themselves. Yeah, it's because I'm going over there, you know? And like literally, like people didn't like your DM didn't see it, but people were talking because they saw what your DM was doing to you. And especially if you stood by yourself after that, healed, glowed up, chased your dreams, people started to notice. And it's like people could have noticed what an awesome partner you were the same way they noticed about your DM. People noticed about you because you guys were in that energy together. So even though your DM may have been distracted with all their options, they didn't realize that you always had options. You just weren't the type to go for them. And so this could be it too. DM feeling like, are they going to accept? Okay, so I will forever be grateful to God for gifting you to me. So now why I feel like this is an important message, because for some of you, your DM could not be very spiritual, and they could find they've reconnected with spirit since meeting you or having this connection. And for others of you, it's like once you left, they really found their spirituality or their realization that like they wanted to be with you and like how much it was a gift. So I will forever be grateful to God for gifting you to me. You're not just my partner. You're my partner. You're my person. I'm so incredibly lucky. So next one says, we both need to take the time to heal right now, as hard as it is to be apart. Definitely these messages. Wow. Okay, so any more messages from your person? I cried about us is flipped over there. I can't stop thinking about you, especially all the things I want to do. So your person, aw, that's really sad. So they're like laying in bed, you know, or like wherever they hang out, their couch. I'm not sure. However it resonates for you guys. Their office. They're like super devastated now. Definitely probably their room. And then they're like having passionate thoughts about you at the same time. And they're both 9s. So 999 could be manifesting something, definitely. But wow, isn't that weird? I said your person was a manifester. So that is definitely true. Definitely. And that's it, you guys. Collective, this is up to you. But definitely your person finally got a taste of what they put you through. And this person has just begun healing. It's like for a lot of you, probably a long time coming. But remember, everyone's on a different path spiritually. As if I literally just split the deck. I left before you could leave me. So there you go. For a lot of you, that was it. They didn't want to get hurt. and they knew other people were interested in them. And so your person was like, okay, they went elsewhere. So for some of you, your DM doesn't admit this enough, but your divine masculine knows you're like it for them. So they could be honestly terrified. They could have some fear and insecurities the same way you do. Like, okay, if you two disconnect, yeah, okay, definitely they cried about us, because I'm like just deep in this thought that I'm getting this message, and then this is sticking out there. So that's for someone. This is them at home. This could be why they're like upset, either drinking or even like disconnected if they're not dealing with that kind of addictions. Disconnected from other people now. They've realized they had like something going on where they were really trying to focus on everyone but themselves. Now, that was a lot of you guys too. But see, you did this with your divine masculine and possibly your family. It's like you were the type that always put everyone else's needs before your own. And finally, when this person betrayed you that bad, Spirit was like, okay, enough's enough. Like, start giving back to your own life. And that's what really created this change for a lot of you. I'm really glad this is resonating. So we're going to get a few more messages here, and then we'll do one more spread, see if there's any more messages. But yeah, this is like, wow, this is an intense message. I just saw I'm planning a surprise. So your person just needs that time to like mentally heal. If that makes sense to you guys, you know, come over it the way you did. I can't say how long. For some of you, your masculine could be a quick healer. For others of you, you know how long it took you guys. For some of you, it took you a couple years, at least a couple months, right? It depends on your story. And if you were married to this person, it's like you haven't gotten over it yet. 1 hour, 11 minutes, 11 seconds on the live. You haven't gotten over it yet because this was who you built a life with, and then they just left like there was nothing. And if you had kids, like those kids are affected. Like I said, if they're grown kids, they're over it. And even if you didn't have kids, others of you could add pets together or live together. There was different ways that you were totally affected. All right. Person's got no more options around them, so I'm not sure if they're suffering in their finances as well. Maybe they went through a job loss or a job change the same way you guys did. So let's see what we've got. I love you unconditionally. That's beautiful. So it says, no matter what, I'll always love you, even if from a distance. So this is what your person learns. But it took you guys like really separating for them to be like, okay, no, this is my person. What did I do? Aw, so look at, this is literally the first thing that I said. Wow, that's crazy. I talked to my friends about you. I mean, not really, but definitely makes sense that they're talking a lot about your relationship. And this could have been the thing in the past too, though, that affected it. Them deciding to include other people in the relationship. Because I don't know about y'all, but like relationships are meant to be between two people, not friends and family's opinions. You and your person should be talking out issues first, and then if you want to include friends and family, sure. But it's like your person could have been really immature when it came to love or long-term connections. So they could have like had a best friend or like a parent they're really close to, that they asked their advice over everything instead of following their heart. Because we had, I'm sorry I listened to other people's opinions. So whoever said what, they listened to it over following their own heart. I kind of like being single. Well, there's a little... Yeah, I feel like everyone in this collective knows that, though, because they've been single and walked away from you. Now, that's a little bit of a sore message. I'm sorry for some people if that's not what you want to hear. But it's not all lost, because this person absolutely loves you unconditionally, but it's like they've grown comfortable now with being able to be an open dater, to being able to go out with their friends whenever they want, and being able to not have to follow any rules, basically. That's really what it comes down to. Your person's still saying they're not ready to mature up and be in a relationship that's committed. I mean, and especially if you're a feminine, you're like shaking your head, man, because you're like, what? Hey, even if you're masculine, you're dealing with another masculine, you could be the more mature one, and you're like, are you serious right now? Like, come on. So however it resonates for you, but yeah. And you know what, though? Wow, I just heard collective. You guys are saying, you know, two can play that game. You guys can kind of like being single, too. That's what you got to keep doing. And like, see, this is what Spirit's saying. If this person doesn't come back and give you the love that you feel like you deserve, don't accept less than, because you will have it with someone else. Because this is the thing, your DM got comfortable with you being okay with them not giving you full offers. So that's what they decided to start doing. Just giving you small offers, being unavailable, and it wasn't acceptable. And then as soon as they like tried to do that with others, it just didn't work. So, okay, for some of you, they're still dealing with one of these past relationships or current relationships since you. Says, I feel stuck in a toxic outside relationship. I'm trying to sort my life out. So for some of you, this person's dealing with someone else still, or like closing out those cycles. I'm going to come forward soon. I'm just scared to say or do the wrong thing. So there you go. Look at that. I'm still in love with my ex. So for a lot of you, your person went back to an ex before you. Someone they possibly didn't heal from because they jumped from that person to you and from you to others. And this is a cycle that this person, for a lot of you, your DM is putting themselves through. Please forgive me for everything from the past. Let's start over fresh. So, wow, Spirit just want me to convey this. This is the real lesson for your person. If there's a crosswasher in here, you get a little bit of a hint at life right now. If they choose to continue to keep like dating around and stuff, they're not going to learn the lesson because they won't have taken the time to heal in order to go into a new relationship without holding on to past hurt, baggage, traumas. And even if they think they've healed from it, they truly will know, you know, down the line when they've healed from it. It's not just they're going to wake up after a couple days and they're good to date someone else, because this is what your DM does. They did it from you, from their past person, and this is why for some of you, they're still in love with that person too. And so this is possibly why they like being single, because they can't decide between you and this past person. Now that's only for a select few of you, but also no one deserves that. You don't deserve to be a third wheel. And so just remember that. Spirit knows that. I want to spoil you because you deserve it. So there you go. Your DM definitely could feel like they would want to do anything to win you back, whether that means spoil you with affirmations, with gifts, with, I'm not sure how that resonates for you, a trip somehow to just really make you feel like forgive them. It says, you deserve better than I'm able to give you at this time. I'm trying to really get my life in order to come forward. Wow. So there you go. We're going to clear this up and do one more spread here, but that's crazy. So for some of you, they definitely have feelings for this ex before you and you. And it's all because they haven't healed in between these relationships. So this is it. If they don't take the time to heal and they truly jump into another karmic situation, they'll forever hold on to you and that person before you. One of you, like a lot of you, are the divine counterpart, and the ex before is a soulmate. But because it was their either first love or it was like their first real love connection, this person's confused. Your DM thinks that's their person, or vice versa. Take it how it resonates. You could be the first love, and yeah. But for a lot of you, it's like they confused puppy love for the true love that you guys had. And it's like, okay, I get the vibe too. Whoever your person originally dated, it could have even been like high school. So they compared like when you two had a mature relationship in your like 20s or even 30s, 40s, to this person that they dated when they were like 16 to 18. So the relationship issues weren't the same. So this is what stops your person. This is a clear as day message. Wow, Spirit. Your person could see this past person as more passionate, but they know the love is deeper with you. But they know with you, you're going to put them in their place. You're not going to allow them to be non-committal, deceitful, all that. This past person may have. Or they didn't have as much issues with this past person. Wow. Okay, so for me as a reader, I get a lot of dreams and deja vu. Never have I ever said this on reading, but I'm having a huge deja vu right now. But basically with this, it's like they confuse the love of the past, if you know they're still in love with someone else from before you, that they didn't have any issues with, because it wasn't like a real love. It was a puppy love. It was a kid love. But this person is so confused because they don't really know real love, and like they never healed from that. Maybe this person they dated from high school or however that resonates, they broke up with them. So they just like never got over that heartbreak and they always just thought that's their person. But it's like, I don't know, for the rest of you guys in here, 1 in like 100,000 get their high school sweetheart. And I do know a few people that are married long term. So I will say that. If there's any in the chat, absolutely leave it. But I also even know high school sweethearts that were together for 20 years and married and kids and they just didn't work out. And I also know people that were high school sweethearts and they just never worked out. First love's your first love. You'll always remember it, is what they say. But it doesn't mean you're supposed to be with your first love. Usually it's actually your third relationship is the winner, second or third, depending on. But yeah, I mean, everyone's different. So, but yeah, that's a relationship fact. Like I said, it's like a very rare thing. But if you are lucky enough to have that, that's beautiful. Because, hey, there's collectives like us, you know, there's certain people out here. You could add 4 to friggin' I don't even know how many relationships. Or maybe even just a couple long-term ones. And you just still haven't, you know, had someone finally really step it up for you like this person almost did or should have. Now, if that resonates for you, just realize that won't be everyone's story. But for some of you, it's either that or they dated someone after you. So they didn't have any issues with this person because they didn't date them for very long. Or it was puppy love. This person could have been a lot younger than them. There was no responsibilities. And it's like, I get the feeling too, if you were married with kids, they just left for a karmic, someone they had no responsibility with. Someone they didn't have to feel that responsibility with. And, I mean, it is what it is. That was their lesson to learn, too. Like, real relationships take work. And it doesn't matter where they went to build, it's going to take work. But, yeah, for some of you, if they're still holding on to the past and you know, like, I just get the vibe. Like, you just have this feeling. This won't resonate for everyone, but for a lot of you, you just get the vibe, like, I'm not sure how that resonates for you. All right, so let's keep going. Let's see who else. Welcome everyone joining in. Go ahead and like the video if this was resonating for you. We're almost going to finish this one up soon. A couple more messages from your person, and then we're going to do another spread. Let's switch up the cards. Let's do that. Although these ones are cute, but let's get a different deck going for you. Also really interested in your person's next moves. Like, are they going to come forward? Are they... For some of you, they're still thinking about an ex. So I know that's not what everyone wants to hear, but I got to keep it real. And that did come out. Queen of Cups. And then it came out as well. So... Okay, so we had one just flip in the middle. Wow, Queen of Wands in reverse. So definitely dealing with either a fire sign or a water sign. Your person's very emotionally unbalanced because of it, because they can't decide, like, what's the better love. And so this is what Spirit's trying to sit them out as well. Like, take the time to think about it. Take the time to realize, what do you want to do? Because Divine Feminines don't deserve to be put on hold anymore. So y'all need to keep focusing on you. There's still too many secrets in this situation for a lot of you. Your person has like really done you wrong. This is the vibe I get. I'm not sure how, but like they did you so wrong. Even maybe to this ex person or this other person. And like this person could have tried to do you wrong too. That's how far it went. And now it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. DM sitting there like, okay, what did I do? And maybe that's why they're still so hung up on this past person, because they feel like they messed it up with you. Especially if they went to the past person from you. They feel like you are going to shut them down immediately if they try to come back. Which, I mean, for a lot of you, go Divine Femme. Like I was a woman. Okay, so look at that. Queen of Pentacles and Seven of Wands. So there you are, focused on getting that bag or building some sort of stability after this person left you out in the cold. They could have taken finances from you, or just made you feel a lack of. And for some of you, this person tried to stop you and block you from moving forward in career, in love, in every area of your life. So yeah, you could just be starting to build back some sort of stability at this moment in time. King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So Hermit again, your person's definitely still spending a lot of time thinking about it. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, so just worry about you and where you're headed next, because this person has a lot of healing to do. 9 of Cups in reverse. So they had the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups in reverse. So that's really sad. It's just showing like the same way that you were really broken, because it's like it's sad, but it's like a lot of things that you guys went through too. So it's just like the balance of a teeter-totter. When you felt super emotional, low, and at your lowest, your person was nowhere to be found. They were out chasing dreams. And now that they're all alone, they're still healing from an ex, someone else they dated either before or after you. But it's like they want to come back, but they know at the same time it's just not right. So if they have feelings for someone they just dated after you, this is why they're not coming back too. Another reason right there. They know it's not right. And for some of you, you may not want to hear this, so quiet it for a second if you don't. But it really just seems like they don't want to come back to you and be crying over this other person, because they know you don't deserve that. And I think they're embarrassed as well. Like, wow, it's really heavy. That just like turned heavy quick. Okay, let's get a few more messages for this one. Okay, 10 of Cups. Oh my gosh. There you go. So finally a shift. Now, is that for both of you guys though, or just for them? Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Amazing. So you have decided, for some of you, you will be cutting this person off. You will be walking away. And for others of you, even though you're feeling in that sense, you know you're going to have a last minute switch when they come back. Take it out resonates. It's really like Spirit's just urging you to follow what you truly believe to be the best decision for you. And not only that, but go based on their energy. Don't wait for them. Absolutely not. But like if they come back and it feels right, then Spirit's saying maybe trust your intuition and follow it again. But if not, it doesn't feel right, it feels off, keep moving towards what you've been moving towards. Absolutely. You guys deserve someone who really puts in that effort for you, because if not, there is always someone out there that will. And that's the lesson I think you had to learn, even if you have to walk away from your counterpart, which, you know, not everyone expects to say that. You'll always have a pullback to him, her, him, however it resonates. For most of you, it's a him. You'll always have a pullback to this person because it's your counterpart. But it doesn't mean you have to force yourself to be in an unhappy situation when you have a 10 of Cups right there Spirit wants to bless you with. And that's your reward too, especially if you showed this person unconditional love over and over and over again, even after they've lied to you, betrayed you, and continue to keep illusions around this relationship. Like the way they could have betrayed you and walked all over you, they could have came back before, you could have still forgiven them, and then they could have betrayed some of you again. And so if your person did that, your DM is like, okay, wow. And I feel like for a lot of you, your divine masculine literally tried to take your friends, like tried to pretend like you were relevant and like take them, or either talked about you. I'm not sure how, but your person got a lot of your friends. So maybe some of you went off social media for a bit. Yeah, look at that. So Divine Femme, take it out resonates. But when you guys were initially really heartbroken from DM walking away, a lot of you disconnected with people. So when DM tried to really like end this scenario, your divine masculine went around to a lot of your friends, made friends with them, and talked crap about you. Now, you could have maybe to 1 or 2 people try to open up about this, and it's like, however your DM went around to people, it all turned around on you, and you literally were even more left out in the cold. Like I said, Divine Masculine wanted to make it look like it was your fault so that they could quickly just date whoever they wanted. Either their ex or a new person, water sign or a fire sign. And if not, they could have been an air sign. But it's like this person literally wanted to be able to walk away from you, blame you, and they knew you weren't talking to people because you were so depressed over this heartbreak, maybe even having a hard time getting out of bed for some of you, if you had kids, taking care of the family, and then you went through it. You got through all of it as they just left. I feel like, too, if you had bills to pay for with this person, they could have just left out on you, just decided not to answer the phone, or just like, you know, one of those like times where they purposely left you, put you off, and then they got back to you maybe a week later or something like this, and you're like, okay, well, you already paid the mortgage or something. That's the feeling I get right there. I already paid the mortgage. What do you mean? Like, where you been? Or like, say it was an apartment or something like this, but I really just get that feeling. Or like, for if you have kids, they promise they'd pay for something and they've just been off partying with their friends. They're with karmics. Now, this is all past because this person has spent a lot of time alone, or is now just realizing kind of what they put you through. But it really shows that they still have options. Look, Seven of Cups came out before and now it just did again. And your person's thinking about this ex. So I don't know if that's a past before you or a new after you. Take it how it resonates, because it's either or. But whoever this ex is that's significant to them, you'll know who it is. Really interesting energy, though, because it just signifies the fact that they're still sitting there. Wow. It's like they're still sitting there wondering, okay, is this the cup or is this the cup? Meanwhile, they already did this. Didn't we go through this with a whole other deck of cards? Yes, we did. We had that Seven of Cups out. And I was saying, it's like one of the options ghosted them. One of the options was a snake. One of them was material based and wanted their money. Another one of them was like an illusion. It wasn't real. So here is your person again. Who did they pick out of all the options? When meanwhile, it's like Spirit's showing them you have been the person from start to finish. But they just don't understand this real love. It's really heavy. I mean, for some of you, if you were really connected to this person, you really truly like, you could have been someone too. I get the vibe. You were like, before you met your person, more pessimistic. You didn't always believe in the best outcomes in love, maybe based on your past. And then you met this person and you were just so optimistic about finally having that person that you connected with, not only on like a physical level, but an emotional level, a mental level. And just like, there was something, you know, different about that connection. Somewhere you truly, maybe for some of you, you never saw yourself getting married before having kids. I mean, you could have, but you just never found that person. And then here came this person and you're like, that's it. And then here, meanwhile, your person, your DM was like, okay, who else is over there? What's that? And you're like, this is it. Like, this is it. This is the person. This is the person. Put a ring on it. And then meanwhile, they're like, well, I think this girl's interested. This one might be interested. And that's what broke a lot of you. And this is the thing, how they tripped you up because you were sitting at home heartbroken, not communicating to people. And here they were communicating to your friends or family and whoever they wanted about how they wanted to say the ending went. So really sad energy, because if the reality is now that you actually got left alone and you were just okay, I mean, joke's on the DM, because a lot of people could be like, well, you said that Divine Feminine was not okay without you, or she was this way and that way. And meanwhile, there you could be just like healed now, re-emerging, coming back out of your shell. And if not, just like you're ready to grow with someone else. You decided, you know what, like that's not it for you. And for a bit, you could have been like, wow, this person really could have made you feel like that. But now you're like, no. Love is still in the cards for you. Like, you are meant to have a long-lasting, happy connection and family for some of you. Not all, but some of you are meant to have kids and a long-lasting connection with someone and really be happy on this earth. So whether it's with this person who's still so undecided or someone else, Spirit will definitely bring in someone for you. And it's because you decided to walk away and do the work and heal. And for a lot of you, you actually overcame all the obstacles and challenges thrown your way. So like when your friends and family left you out in the cold or chose your person over you when you split, you didn't even question it. You knew what you had to focus on, and that was healing. It didn't matter what others thought of you. It didn't matter what others thought of the connection, because at the end of the day, if you need this reassurance, I'm here to say it once more. You know your truth. You know what happened between you and this person in the connection. You don't need to justify that to anyone else. And so anyone who left you out in the cold or took your person's side and didn't ask if you were okay, I mean, that's on them. That's not on you guys. Because I feel like too collective, a lot of you had to learn that lesson the hard way. You were someone who was always there for others, a shoulder to cry on, someone to listen, whether it came to your DM or your relationships, your friends, your family. And then it's like, as soon as this person did you so bad and left you out, like in the cold, in the deepest depression, for some of you with your kids, finances, everything, and you had to swim. You couldn't sink. What were you going to do? You were going to sink and like really just not be okay, and you had a family or kids or even pets to take care of? No. You still had to get back and keep going, whether that was to work or just in your mental health and working. And for some of you, it's all that and a family put together. You had to keep going regardless. And so this is the thing. If you walked away from all those people, or if they walked away from you rather, because of this person, like, wow, just look at you now. Like, that's how everyone else saw you, and they left you out in the cold. I don't know who needs to hear that, but someone apparently needs this acknowledgement. Yes, you aren't like imagining it. You were the person that was there for a lot of people. You could have even been the type that listened to people's relationship advice, problems in your family, your close friends. Like, I feel like you had a lot of best friends too. You really listened to their hours and hours of stuff. And then when it came to this person, like, betraying you, no one picked up the phone. Nothing. For a lot of you. Some of you, though, definitely could have had a few people that were there for you. So don't take that how it resonates. But it's like a lot of people sided with your DM because you didn't reach out to these people. But it's because you were so heartbroken. The last thing you wanted to do was include other people, maybe even in your problems, right? For some of you, you just want to deal with it and face it on your own. And this is how people misunderstood you as well. A lot of them could have initially sided with your DM, but I think it was made pretty clear when people could see you healing alone, Divine Feminine, and this person having options upon options to choose from, being kind of flighty with all of them. And if they went through all those options, well, of course, now they're talking. And your person could be someone who's more in the public as well. Like, you could be, since the breakup, you're the one that's been staying at home, not really going out. And your person could be just like out and about and really just like faced with that. So really interesting energy. All right, so let's get a few more messages. 6 of Cups, look at that. You definitely had a family with this person for some of you. Married, kids, take it how it resonates. If not, long-term commitments. But a lot of you, it's like children were involved when this person chose to walk away. And now this is the biggest feeling of regret I get, if that resonates for you. They not only have to explain it to you, but to those kids. And it's like more than one relationship they have to mend. Now, wow, the Tower just flipped in reverse. So it literally just went on my lap. And the Emperor. I will keep shuffling, but for some of you, this is the Tower moment. If your person's still looking at other options, they're about to have another Tower moment, because Spirit told them to like sit down and like heal by themselves, right? Wasn't I just saying that? If any DMs are in here watching by chance, cross-watcher, like, literally, take the time to heal. Don't be looking for the next. Like, it literally looks like your DM's like, okay, well, if Divine Feminine doesn't come back, who else is interested? I can't feel like this anymore. But that's what they're doing to themselves. And then it gets harder and harder for them every time a relationship ends, because they're carrying all those past baggages. They don't realize that. But you guys do, because you took the time to really heal. For some of you, man, it's like you could have been healing for months, for years, but you still took the time to do it, no matter how lonely or hard it was. Because, first of all, when you go into that next relationship, you are going to have a balanced relationship, because it's going to be on a solid, emotional, stable ground. But it's like in the past, like your person could have either went into it with you with past hurt from their ex, or even you could have as well. And so the two of you just really had this unsolid foundation, and you healed. If they continue to do this, it's going to be like a reoccurring cycle in their life. Wow, the Lovers in reverse just like flipped on my lap and then on the floor. That's crazy. And so with some of you as well, sorry, I'm just trying to get this card that fell. Your person's definitely watched you for a long time. So for a lot of you, your person's watched you, maybe even to the point they stopped. Wow, 10 of Cups was literally on the ground. I thought it was the same deck. It wasn't even the same deck. That's hilarious. Love it. There you go. But what was I going to say? It's like your person really just realized, double 10 of Cups, that no matter how long they've been away from you and all that, it's like they just need to speak to you in some type of way. So this is kind of where the whole message came into play, because whether it's friends or lovers, they just need to know. What's keeping them feeling stuck too is like the moon can also be like illusions, secrets. Like they don't know what's happening between the two of you, so it's leaving them feeling so stressed out. But see, what your person's doing is instead of just healing, they're like, okay, well, if collective's not interested, who can I go to next? So definitely they deal with like addictions for some of you when it comes to dating. Like your person has a fear of being alone, abandonment issues, codependency issues. This person needs to be in a relationship. But the Lovers, that's really beautiful because they truly feel like the two of you are meant to be. They feel like you're meant to be together, and they feel like if the two of you see each other, you're just going to like leap into each other's arms. For some of you, maybe they had that ability to do that with you in the past. I'm not sure how that resonates for you, but if you two had a very intense like physical connection along with emotional, it was just 1 hour 41 minutes and 14 seconds, so all 1414 random. But yeah, so just with that, I really feel like your person's thinking if they can just get like 5 minutes with you, they're like show you how much they love you, you know, like hold you in their arms and give you a kiss, and like they just hope they can fix the situation that way. But for a lot of you, it's like, where were they, right? But a lot of you are so healed that it's just time to realize that in love, we can only forgive and move forward, or you can forgive and let go. But if you don't forgive and forget and heal from it, you're going to carry that hurt into every other relationship you go into. And that's what your DM's doing. That's awesome. Glad to hear that there, Teresa. Sending light and blessings to you, hun. But yeah, so just really know, wow, look at that. So you guys are about to grow some solid stability in your life after really going through like a lot of crap with this person, feeling maybe torn down emotionally, mentally. It's like you two as well. Like you had to heal from so much. This could have blocked your finances in the past. Like just not feeling like your best self. I feel like you were still working, going to work, but either just like not shining as bright, or just like you were feeling drained all the time emotionally, and just get this feeling of exhaustion because you were going through so much in the separation. So if you've overcome that and healed from that, just know that that is a blessing in itself, and you truly deserve to feel healed from that past pain. For some of you, though, it's like you need to hear it. That's what your person's going through now. And so just to remember what it felt like. Feel like you either had no one to talk to, or your dreams that you know now, again, you can make possible for a bit. Maybe you didn't seem possible. Could have felt really stagnant in your own life. Held back. Look at that. 10 of Wands. So that's it. This really represents a lot of you. I feel if your DM doesn't come in soon and make things right, then you're okay with it. You've accepted the fact that you may need to move elsewhere. And if not forever, at least in the meantime, keep on moving, keep chasing your dreams. That's the way to be. Two of Pentacles, whatever you're building, you've built from the ground up. So whether that's a career, a business, or even just like a passion project, could be an organization. You could have some sort of charity as well. However that applies for you, a platform, could be an influencer, could be a self-made influencer, or a self-made like contractor, business person. But really beautiful energy. You've got full emotional balance right now. So if you were ever questioning, are you making the right moves? You know, are you in the right headspace? A lot of you absolutely are. If you know you've truly done the inner work to move forward, this is signifying Queen of Cups here. You are emotionally balanced. And if not, that also signifies Queen of Cups, that this person still has that Queen of Cups on their mind. Water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So yeah, that could be the ex that the person's still holding on to. Maybe that's why they're staying away. Look at that. 3 of Swords in reverse. So it looks like biggest message I get is your person walked away for this Queen of Cups and then they left them out in the cold for someone else. And so now your person is feeling a heartbreak, not only from you, but them too. But they feel it because it's like they know they really tried to just run away from you in the connection. And so your person, wow, for some of you, they tried as hard as they could to really fall in love with this person just to forget about how they felt with you. And that's what like really like got them, because now they're like super devastated and heartbroken over not only one person, but 2 people. So that's kind of sad. Like that's really sad in a way, you know, send your person healing. Even if you don't want to reunite with them, like I said, it's someone you always had love for at one point in your life. And for a lot of you, you'll always have a space in your heart for your divine masculine. Whether or not you decide to be with them, it's unconditional love, especially if you have a family with them. If you have children or anything together, you guys will always be connected, no matter what. But just being okay with 10 of Wands, going it alone. 10-10 represents endings, transformations, new beginnings. Now, if your person continues to be cold, looks like that's where you're headed, kind of just walking away from the connection, allowing them to heal. King of Swords, though, it really signifies your person not wanting to be as detached with their emotions as they either are or are going to be. Like they wish they could talk to you. They wish they could make things right, but they can't. That's beautiful. So if you had a lot of imbalance before at work and home life, especially after your DM left, either you and the kids, you and just your place, or just you and your pets, however it resonates, finally things are coming back to being balanced and restored. And it's like if your kids or your pets felt the imbalance of this person leaving as well, now that they are gone and you've healed, things are actually coming back. So I feel like too, a lot of you are hesitant because not only if you let this person back in, do you have your heart to consider, but you have either the hearts of your kids to consider, or even your pets, or just whoever lives in your home with you. You could have parents. I'm not sure, but it's like there's more than just your feelings to consider now if your DM comes back. And so this could be why you're very weary as well, because you don't feel like you're just responsible for your heart now, but it's like other hearts as well. So like, okay, say you have small kids with this DM, this will only be for a few of you, but you definitely could and like feel like, wow, it's not fair they keep walking out and leaving for other women or other partners while it's me and a couple kids at home and they're asking where's their dad, you know? And like, you don't want your kids to grow up that way. Absolutely not. But at the same time, just remember, it's so important for kids to have their parents in their life. Even if it's difficult, just make it work for them, because it's about the kids. That's all I gotta say. I know it's harder, easier said than done. But yeah, definitely try and just make it work. But just know that you're given the emotional stability and the okay. Like you've got it going on, collective. It's almost spirit acknowledging the fact that you really stepped it up after this heartbreak, after all this difficult times with your person walking away, and you figured it out. You overcame any obstacles at home or with kids and the family. You were able to really make it work and remain emotionally balanced. So someone needs to hear this, but trust your decisions more. You are definitely doing an amazing job. If you're having to make decisions for you and your family and feel like you don't have your person support right now, Spirit's acknowledging you're doing an amazing job on your own. So I don't know who that was a message for, but really for all of you. So that was really beautiful. But yeah, it's just like I feel like someone specifically has been having to take care of, holding down the house, the kids, the bills, everything. And this person just left for the next person. And no one's acknowledged that to you. Maybe it's been a year, a couple years, but Spirit's acknowledging it and making me acknowledge it, that you really have done an amazing job. Everything too, if you look back, things you thought you couldn't overcome, whether it came to managing your mortgage or your bills and, taking care of your kids and then working as well, you overcame all of it is what Spirit's saying. So if you resonate with that message is truly for you. Look at that. After feeling like literally people could have left you out in the cold, not helped you as well. So maybe you had family and friends, knew you went through this situation and no one gave you any help when it came to anything. Just expected you to be okay. And for a lot of you, it's because you were the type that always provided that shoulder to cry on, that help, that people just assumed you were okay. And so maybe moving forward too, this is something for you guys, collective. A lot of you love to play that role, that you're gonna not mask what you're going through, but you're just gonna keep it to yourself because you know what it's like. You don't want to tell everyone your business, and sometimes a lot of people just have negative to say anyway. And especially if you found like your masculine was talking to people about you, took people from you, you definitely didn't want to say anything to anyone. You just wanted to heal. And if you had a family, kids to take care of, or a house, you didn't have time to be sitting on the phone talking to people about how they hurt you and then getting in those emotions again. You needed to move forward and to heal. And so it's like, for a lot of you, what Spirit wants me just to point out is, at the same sense, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay for you to have opened up to some of those people. It's like there could have been times there while you're hearing this that looking back, you really knew you wanted to reach out to someone, but then you felt like you couldn't. Spirit's acknowledging those times. No, trust your intuition. There are certain people you can really trust and open up to. And it's just like maybe this situation has truly made you feel like you can't trust anyone anymore. Like you don't have anyone you can count on because a lot of them left you out in the cold at one of the most difficult times of your life. If not the most difficult. Yes, definitely, Erica. If you're just, I feel like you've been here for a bit now, but if you weren't tuned in right at the beginning, that was kind of what was happening, is just that person is feeling a heartbreak now, not only from you, guys collective, but from whoever they either dated after you or before you, because it's like they refused to heal from you, jumped into another relationship, and they made themselves fall really deep. You can see that with the Three of Swords in reverse. They really tried to replace you, collective, and they realized they failed miserably because it wasn't the right move to do for them, for you, or for the third party. But see, the third party seems to have known that because the third party was the one who'd left them out in the cold for someone else. So almost like the third party knew maybe when the two of them got together that your person was still harboring a heartbreak from the two of you. Because you know how you can just tell on people, like if they talk about their ex or if they're going on about the vibes, like the way that they're talking and stuff, or even treating a new partner sometimes. Not everyone may have experienced that, but a lot of you, collective, if you're a divine femme or even a divine masculine, yeah, you've experienced, people not being ready for love. They're still holding on to other people. So this karmic, or even if it wasn't a karmic, this person they dated that they're still holding on to, they realized that they were holding on to you. So this is why this other person actually fully invested more in someone else. Because I think this person knew that either the two of you truly were meant to be together, or say you did have a family, you have kids and stuff. It's like this person knew they had no business taking your person, but they did it anyway. But then they didn't invest. And that's the saddest part. I'm really sorry for anyone that went through that. I feel like your DM is just like so like, feels just like a fool, or just like, how do they apologize to you for that? How do they apologize to your kids? Or even if you have pets, you could have had a dog you got together, and it's like, or even cats, like maybe the dog is all that they've ever known. And then that's what your DM doesn't realize too. If they just left you, like they didn't just leave you. And I feel like this is it. And now you know this, you regain that emotional balance, but it's like somehow in your life, whether it was your, people in your house or pets or kids, however it resonates, like someone else in your house is affected by this person as well, or more than one person. And so now you don't only have your heart to think about, but you got multiple hearts to think about that will be heartbroken if this person just comes and goes again. And so your person, this is something I feel like a lot of you want to say to them because you've never even gotten to say that to them. Like they don't even realize that. They were so busy, and look, it definitely could have even been animals, because look, there's all the animals in that card. People don't realize that too, eh? Like, you always hear about it. Couples get a dog together, and then they leave, and then one takes the dog or spends more time with it, and then the one doesn't get to. Or say you live together, and this person was always around your animal, and then just left. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a pet cry before, but I have, and it's devastating. It's horrible seeing tears from an animal crying emotionally. Seeing a dog and a cat cry different times in my life, but yeah, it's really sad, and they truly do. I mean, go watch after this live, YouTube, animals crying, or, I mean, not to make yourself upset, but like a dog crying. When they detach from their owners, it's devastating. And obviously, if an animal feels that, you know how a kid feels. Like, come on, if that's their parent and stuff, that's even worse. Like, and especially if the kids are grown, because then they're fully aware of what their parent is doing. If they're younger, it's not as bad, but in the same sense, you emotionally are the one that has to deal with it and wondering, okay, is this person going to constantly put this cycle through you and your kids' lives, because you're going to be the one always having to help with those little broken hearts, help mend them too, if it is kids and the parent keeps walking away. So that's really heavy. If anyone is in that energy, just be aware that ultimately that's a heavy burden to carry, and that's a real mature thing to realize as well. If you realize that yeah, like, you know, they better come in correct, or you got to keep that emotional balance going. I just get someone's got 2 kids out there, or even 3 kids for some of you, and this person like walked away. Wow, 6 of Wands in reverse. So for some of you, they walked away for either a fire sign or someone that they thought was more successful in the public eye. So I don't know how that resonates for you. That doesn't mean they necessarily have to be a world star, but they could be more popular in your city or town or community or in the workplace. Or yeah, I feel like amongst the community, like say you guys have couples of friends you hang out with, or people you went to high school with and stuff. It's like whoever they went to, this person they just thought was a better option, but see how it's in reverse? It was all an illusion. This person just looked good. And for some of you, it's like your person was high in their addiction of like drinking, or I just said high, so maybe like other things. And they just thought that was the person. Only to realize what like a false facade it was once they got sober, once they got away from it. So for some of you, your DM's already been going through like healing and becoming sober. So that's a big news for some of you. They could have dealt with this, like I'm hearing, their entire life. And you know what it was? It's because they were holding so much past hurts from heartbreaks that they never dealt with healing. They just turned to alcohol or drugs or like codependent relationships, new relationship to feed the pain. They never healed. So let's see if there's any final messages here. This is a really intense reading. Wow, Four of Cups, and it's kind of sideways. So this is both you and your person. Longing for each other, wishing things were different, and wondering how the heck did it get this way? How something that was once so beautiful became such a beautiful disaster. And that could be you right now, collective. Just feeling drained, like you had to do all that, take care of your family, you had to overcome all that, and then you're still like, you could feel a lack of joy in your life right now. Just know if you're going through that, like the separation and feeling like, what the heck, you're not alone. I pick up this energy a lot for you guys. So like this is a collective thing going on, absolutely, for those in separation. Feeling like you're just burnt out or tired and you just don't have the strength to wait around for this person or for them to figure it out. And so for a lot of you, like these messages too are just to let you know, like Spirit acknowledges always, like absolutely divine relationships are beautiful. But like what's most important is you. And sometimes, you know, connections just need either separation or sometimes they don't always work. Takes more than one person to make the relationship work, and it's like not just you guys, collective. Not just you guys constantly wanting to grow and build, and it's like Nine of Cups in reverse. You guys definitely put this other person's wishes before your own. So I'm not sure if this person had a specific career or wish fulfillment. However that resonates. Ooh, I like these better closer here. But it's like maybe they had a passion or a hobby. So like maybe like, you know how when you're like older out of like school and stuff, some people still play like fantasy sports or like adult sports. Like they never make it, but they play sports. Or for others of you, it's like your person could have wanted to be a musician or a producer or like something creative, but it was like a small aspiration. Like it's not that it's a small dream, but it's hard to fulfill. But you still allowed them. Like you could have had a family of this person paying for the stuff, helping them with their dreams, and then meanwhile, like they just left you and your family out in the cold for someone else. So they look back and they see all that. However you help them. I'm not sure how that resonates for you guys. Can be different. You could have really always drove them to practice. Say it was like they had a sports team or something. You really just like, that could have been their day to pick up the kids, but you always did it. You just really like went out of your way to make sure that they always got to do this passion of theirs that they loved. And it's something they truly never even like acknowledged, that for a lot of you feminines, you put your masculine's wishes way before your own. You put your life on hold to make this person happy. And even that could have been having kids. For some of you, this person wanted you to have kids instead of having a career or following dreams. And you did it. And if not, you just put a lot of your dreams on hold in order to help this person fulfill theirs. Because you thought too, after a time, that they would want to help you find your own, like, you know, dreams or help you fill those. But instead, this person just kept taking and taking from you. And a lot of you see that as well. Like it was like a one-sided relationship for some of you. This person realizes how selfish they could have been. And like I said, this could have been a long-time connection, marriage, or even if it wasn't, like they just really see. It's like too, whoever they dated after you, like did not, yeah, look at that. They're acknowledging the fact that collective, you put up with a lot more than anyone else in their life has ever put up with from them. And they don't think that's right either. That's something they just kind of like, I think went with the flow with in the past and was like, whatever. But now they're like, okay, no, like I shouldn't have put my feminine through that. Like, look at, they're almost acknowledging like they literally like would steer you in the wrong direction. Or say at the end when it came to the breakup, instead of being honest with you that they were interested in someone else or their past person, they really tried to paint it another way and to blindfold you and everyone around them. Because notice the birds. It's like everyone around them was talking, but it was all on you. And it wasn't even on you, collective. And so that's the biggest realization this person's had. I think that's the biggest reason they're scared to come back to you. Without a doubt. They can handle what everyone else thinks at this point. In the past, they didn't think they could. But the biggest thing is they can't handle what you think. Because they know that you know what they did. And how they handled it. So immature. And for a lot of you, if you have a family of this person, they feel like they're not going to be able to get their family back. They're not going to be able to come home. However that applies for you. And, you know, this is a difficult situation to read because it's like neither choice is the wrong choice for you guys. It's whatever, like, really you feel guided to do. Because for some of you, you feel like if you go back, it's not only going to hurt you, but it's going to hurt someone else in your life around you, like, who lives with you. And for others of you, it's like, if you go back, you just don't know if you can trust they're going to do it again. But really just trust in your own heart because, I mean, only you know that, looking right in this person's eyes, how they're going to make you feel if they're truly changed or not. For some of you, this person was really good at lying always, and you knew this. This was a big issue of yours as well. They were good at painting illusion and then running away. So it's like they would also say things like, oh, like, because notice how he's like running away and towards the bike. Maybe it would say he was going to hang out with friends and then he'd go do something else too. Total distraction. So it could have been like totally not honest with you, hooking up with the karmic, the ex, however that resonates. Definitely. Having major regrets, though, about it. Ace of Swords. That's really sad. So this is where your person's at. If you've heard from this person and you've left them out in the cold, they're like feeling like so confused. For some of you, you have this person on block and they're trying to get a hold of you. For others of you, they just know that you're not willing to hear them out, so they haven't been willing to make the efforts. Because they know, or they feel anyway, that you're just going to reject them. So take it how it resonates. Let's get any final messages here. The biggest thing I see, though, is they have regrets if you have a family and, or if you were like together in that kind of level. That's their biggest regret. You and that. Wow, 10 of Cups just flipped on my lap. So 10 of Cups we've had 3 times now. So that is their final outcome they would like to see, is the two of you come back together. But it's like they know it's a very small dream to reality after everything that has gone on between the two of you. That's it. Look at. We're going to get a clarifier because that was the final card there before I pull some more messages to end the reading. But Temperance in reverse. They don't feel like there's going to be any balance to this situation. They're terrified. The best thing I can suggest is really just like either if you and your person are in communication, don't like be harsh about it, but just let them know you're there for them. Like they feel like they've disappointed you so bad that they just can't talk to you anymore. But a lot of you are like waiting for this person because you always forgave them for whatever they used to put you through. But it's like maybe that final time when they came back, you guys, okay, that makes sense. So when they came back, you guys didn't forgive them. And that's why they were just gone. But you were divinely guided to do so. It's like if they came back prematurely, you either knew they were still dealing with karmic lovers or that the fact is they just hadn't healed and overcame in order to come back towards each other. And it's like that, even if you guys are healing over the heartbreak of each other, if the two of you come back together, it won't work. Because the two of you are going to hold on to those past judgments, insecurities, and most importantly, fears. You're going to have those fears of the past, of the no trust, the lying, the deceit. So in order for this to even have a chance at all, Divine Feminine, collective in general, just listening, you guys got to make sure that you have healed and overcome and let go of anything this person put you through. Because automatically, even if you don't think it, those thoughts will come racing back into your head as soon as the two of you are back in a connection. And that's the biggest thing of this whole reading. I mean, we could talk about it all day if DM's going to come towards you. But if it's going to work, that's the biggest thing. The only way this connection can really work is if the two of you are willing to let go of the past, because of course you can come back together, but it won't last. It won't stay if the two of you don't have that communication. Just saw a tower in reverse. And that's it. That's the biggest thing. You guys always had the communication, but your person more focused on material, could have been focused on their finances. And if not, it's like who had more money or what was a better opportunity in their life. Hierophants. So this is what this person wants with you, to remend the marriage, or marriage for some of you that haven't been previously married. This person does see you as the person they're supposed to have a family with, but they still got a lot of issues of their own to kind of work through before the two of you come back together. So we're going to get some love messages to finish this reading. See if there's anything that they're going to come forward and say. Thank you so much to everyone that's been tuning in. I really hope this could bring a little bit of clarity to your situation. It's just like your person's really feeling overwhelmed in the sense that the more they tried to run away from you to so-and-so and so-and-so, whoever, even their past or their future, what they thought, it ended up just being an illusion and a realization that the more they were messing up the connection with you, the person they wanted to be with. And it's like harder to get back now that they've made those jumps forward. Please wait for me. I'm still healing and learning. There you go. Look at that. So that's the first one. And that's it. I mean, it's like, it's going to be different for each of you. For one or maybe two of you, someone could come back this week and say, hey, I'm healed. But for a lot of you, it's going to be a few months, maybe even up to a year. We can't predict someone's healing. Just remember how long it took you guys. It's like some of you could take a couple months. Some of you could still be healing a couple years later. So you know how it feels. And it's like every human being is different. The way that we handle trauma and pain and like recover from it, or, you know, just like being heartbroken, it's different for everyone. So just remember that. And it's different per relationship. And you know that, you guys. It's like you could add one relationship you healed right away, and then this person you could have still not ever healed, right? So just know, as long as you two both heal, this connection has a serious chance to actually make it long lasting. So beautiful. I'm holding this forever. I hope you guys had a chance to read it. It says, I want to take you away somewhere romantic, just the two of us. So that's sweet. Your person may suggest that when the two of you finally come back together, especially if you know there's someone who is well off in their finances and they were holding back from you during the marriage, it seems like, or the separation. It seems like they really want to be able to like ease some sort of stress off you. And for a lot of you, just by the two of you going away, they'll feel like there's no distractions. There's no outside influences, voices, relationships. The two of you, wow, that's so beautiful. Like the two of you, it's like no matter how long it's been, you can honestly just sit down and like look each other in the face, reconnect. So your person, you know how I was saying earlier, they feel like 5 minutes with you. For some of you, you're just going to like have that passion again, even if it's been a long time. And I'm not getting all right into it like that. So if you guys did, you're nasty. Because I'm just saying, this person feels like being in your arms and kissing you or looking in your eyes. The two of you are just going to, you know, run to each other, feel that love again. And it's like, they feel like if the two of you are gone on vacation, you could literally just like walk on the beach, hold hands, reconnect. And there will be no distractions. There will be no one to get in their ear, get in your ear. And the two of you will really, truly be able to connect back in love. And I mean, if you want to think about all that other fun stuff with it, there you go. So yeah, it says, I'm too scared to make any move to lose you. Instead, I'm stuck in my head about you most of the time. And that's it. There you go. Your person's probably thinking about if you two were to be on a vacation together. I mean, clearly they're the one with the idea here. So that's beautiful. Engagement. Wow. So for some of you that weren't married before, I see myself marrying you one day, hopefully soon. You're my everything. And we've got the Hierophant there. That's the marriage card, long-lasting commitments. So for some of you, this person just really had to essentially break their heart and your heart, and then maybe theirs even again because they ran away from the connection. That was kind of like their karma. Spirit was like, until you sit and heal, you're going to keep getting your heart broken by everyone. But I think it just took them that to figure out. And for a lot of you, I just get this feeling they're like, they just think if they got you away, like it wouldn't matter what the past issue was. You could overcome it together. Like I picture a couple leaving the airport, maybe just like barely looking at each other. But then when you come back, you're just like, we're getting married. Wow. Okay. For some of you, this person might propose on a trip. That's not going to be for everyone. So please only take that if you know that could be a possibility. If you know it's like really far-fetched from your story, don't make it fit. I don't want to break any more hearts in here because I value all your hearts. So just going to throw that out there. Aw, it says, I miss the sound of your voice. So for some of you, your DM just longs to hear. Maybe the two of you used to spend a lot of time together, of course, but like on the phone too. You could be the type that sent voice notes to each other, or if not, you used to like video chat. I'm not sure, maybe even just while you're at work or you're away from each other. I just get like a couple that was really close like that, like just constantly missing the sound of each other's voice, or like just really deeply connected. So your person, wow, they just said if they have old messages of you, they could listen to them just to hear your voice again. So that's really beautiful. I have never heard that message in a reading. So if you know that you and your person always send little voice notes and they used to save them, voice clips, they totally listen to them for someone. And that's something you might not have expected, because a lot of you, you know your DM's a softie, but he like keeps it to himself and just you a little bit. And there you go. Forget talking about the past. It says, I'd much rather just kiss and make up. So that's sweet. It's like no matter how they did you wrong in the past, whether it was for this person, that person, or ghosted you, and they just want to make things right. And look at, that's what I'm saying. They're like 5 minutes with you. They feel like they could just like, maybe the two of you were big on like forehead kisses, or like they'll just like grab your hand. And I just heard someone, they're going to kiss your feet and be like, you're my queen. Like, you're my king. Like, come back. Like, but yes, this is a divine masculine doing this. So, ooh, I don't know if someone likes feet, but if not, it's just like they're willing to literally really just like do anything to prove how devoted they are to you. So like kiss your feet all the way up to your hands and all the way up to your forehead. And for some of you, they're like, you're their person. Beautiful. Let's get some more likes in here. We almost got 222 likes, and that signifies 222, 2022. Thank you so much. Because, if you just tuned into my channel recently, I am huge for twin flame unions on my readings. And the big thing is for 2022, it's the year of unity, reconnection for a lot of you. And so I just think that's a beautiful confirmation for some of you out there. 222 likes. No one can take your place. There you go. This is what your person learned the hard way. Aw, so this is it. They are ready now for some of you. And for some of you, of course, they're ready, but they're not. They're still healing. They're still spending that time alone, really overcoming their heartbreak. But it says, I'm ready to build our lives together now. I'm sorry I ran in the past. You are my person. No one has ever made me as happy as you have. Let's start our own family together. I'm ready now. Woo! So for some of you, yeah, they want to have babies when you come back, or that's a really beautiful message. If you do have a family with this person, they are like so sorry that they just ran away from a beautiful life that the two of you were starting to build together as soon as things got difficult. Someone needs to hear that. Like, your DM was immature. Like, if you had newborn kids and stuff like that, and they just like left you with all that responsibility, they are feeling so like shameful about it. Like, definitely shameful. Like, just how could they leave you out like that? Especially if you're a baby mom, like you're their baby mama. Like, they just left you out like that. You are being divinely guided. Okay, well, this is the angel message, so that's beautiful. So for some of you, it's really Spirit saying, even though things have been very difficult between you and your person, look at that. Both of you forgive each other and move forward in love. Because if you just tuned in now, at the beginning of the reading, I was saying at one point in this connection, both you and your person, whether it was said to each other or not, for a lot of you, it could have been expressed. But if not, it was just an unspoken look, communication, or feeling that the two of you knew that this was your person. And I know at least collective, you guys felt this way. And this is why this heartbreak was so hard to walk away from. Because you knew this was your counterpart. So this is intense. One more message had flipped. Oh, no, there's two here. So it says, there's just something about you. I can't quite put my finger on it yet, but I also can't get you off my mind. So for some of you, I know we've been kind of stuck in that whole deep one there. So for those of you that this is a newer DM and you're like, okay, this isn't all my story of separation and all that, but this person did kind of treat you like an option and maybe caused you to walk away, but you knew it was a strong connection, but you just don't have time for games. That is a message for you. So they know there's something special about you. They can't explain what it is because they've never felt a connection like this before. 2 hours, 20 minutes, 22 seconds on the reading. Bruh, I'm out of here. Like, what? Yeah, this is someone's message in here right now. Claim this energy, collective. This is you and your person. 222, just the two of you. Like, that's it. And 2022, this is your year to get married, to reconnect at least, to have your family brought back together. That is so beautiful. It says, the longer we are apart, the feelings I have for you grow stronger every day. So regardless if this is someone from your past or someone new, same thing applies. Someone from your past, well, they thought they couldn't love you any deeper than they do, and they're just like shocked every day how much more deeper they love you, especially if they tried to go be with someone else in between you, collective. It's like they could have dated other people, and here they were just dreaming of you, just thinking about you. Maybe even in the morning sometimes. Oh, that's a horrible message to deliver, Spirit. Sometimes they'd flip over, they just said, and look at the karmic, and they would hope it was you, and they were like, oh, it wasn't. That's horrible. But it's like, no offense to the karmic, it's just because that's your person, right? So, was never any offense to the karmics. It's just, and it's not even their fault for some of you if your DM walked away. For some of you, karmic tried to take the DM away. That's a different story. But for a lot of you, this person walked away for what they just thought were a bunch of options to realize that you were their person. So it's like it wasn't even those karmics' fault because they were kind of just caught up in the scenario, if you think about it, in the love triangle. So that's beautiful. This person definitely wants to take you on some sort of vacation. They feel like that's the best bet. Wow, for some of you, you're literally being divinely guided just to like accept it, just to like go 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 22 seconds on the live. Literally, you're just being guided to like totally, of course, use your discernment and be smart. No one make any silly decisions based on love, but truly still forgive and make decisions based on love. Gotta say that, because it's like, some of you, this person wants to come in and do it correct, but others of you believe this person will never change, so you just want to walk away. And we kept having 10 of Cups in reverse before, and now it's in the upright, so it really just signifies like this is where you and your person both know you would be happiest if nothing else was to interfere. It's like if everything could be rewind to before all the drama, all the crap, and the chaos. If only you could do that, then things would have been amazing between you. But life happens, and the way it happened, that's the way that made you both realize the love you have for each other. Or even if it's a new connection, through that, them picking other people and you saying, okay, no, I feel like this could be a really solid person, but I'm not playing games. I mean, that's still some growth and stuff too that had to happen. However it had to happen for your story, it's like it's all part of the story. It's all part of the story you tell the grandkids, you know. I mean, would it be cool if it was just like a super easy, oh, we met at the corner store, we've been married ever since. Hey, someone might have that love story and might have like a really traditional, beautiful, long-lasting love story. You never know. But for a lot of you, it's more like the complicated love story. The never-ending love story, bro. It's the never-ending love story. I know you have seen that movie. I just made up. Oh, love it. Just reading everyone's messages here. So good to see everyone in the chats today. Love seeing everyone back too. Hello, Taisha. Welcome back, hun. And we've got a few new people in here too I've never seen before. So welcome, everyone. I really hope this is resonating for you guys. And definitely thank you so much for joining in the live. Just love to give out this message for you to bring you a little bit of clarity. So final love messages from your person. We're just going to do a couple of these to close it out tonight, and I really hope that this could at least bring you some clarity. It's like they know that the damage they've made now is like so beyond repair, but they're gonna try. For some of them, it's like they're still in their bed though, either drinking themselves away. I know you don't want to hear it, but if you know your person's a drinker, they know that you're like, I get the vibe collective, a lot of you are not drinkers at all, and your person either drinks too much or parties too much or does something too much. And you do not. And however that applies for you, they're drowning themselves in that like lower vibrational activity or habit to cope with everything that's going on. But then at the same time, like they're too embarrassed to tell you about it because they feel like you'll judge them for it. But it's like if they wouldn't just come forward and tell you, collective, you've always been that healing person to them. Even if you weren't someone who was dealing, you know, with addictions or anything, because I get the vibe a lot of you don't. It's like he can still come towards you, but this person doesn't realize that. Like they really feel like they're lost. And wow, for some of you it could have been, okay, this is intense. I never thought I'd get that message. For some of you it's an addiction they picked up while with this karmic person since you. So if it's something they know you don't mess with, like if, I don't know how that could resonate, but like seriously, something like not cool. So whether it's like serial dating, codependency, like toxic sex habits, addiction, stuff like that, like whatever it is, they know it's something you don't mess with. But it doesn't mean that you haven't always been that person that was willing to listen to them. It's just for a lot of you, you've been disconnected from this person so long, and then they've been with karmics since, that the karmics might not wanted to have heard it. So it's like your person knew in the past. They could come towards you and say, okay, honey, I don't want to, you know, drop this, but this is what's going on in my life. Any advice you have for me? I'm really embarrassed. And if not, it's like you could have been the type, if your person was going through addictions or stuff and they weren't telling you, stress, emotions, you could get it out of your person. You could just look at them and you knew something was up, and they would always cave in usually and tell you. But then for a lot of you, you've been gone so long, if this is a past person, that when they were in these other relationships, those people didn't do that. So now they're scared. They forget too. For some of you, it's like they drink, so they forget the love, how much love the two of you truly had. Wow, that's a really sad message. For some of you, they try to literally like drink it away or something, or like date it away with other people. And it's just like, it's like breaking them at the same time, especially if they see you on a glow up, like divine feminine, you're taking care of the house, the family, your career. They're just like, so like, what did they do? But the thing is, it's like, if there's any cross watchers watching right now, the best thing you can do is just reach out to your person. I mean, your person was always there for you in the past. And I feel like that's what they have this wall up about now, though. They know that you're a new person now. You've changed. And you're not willing to put up with that old crap anymore. Okay, so let's see any more messages there. Well, I'm loving all the love in the chat that you guys are showing towards each other. Beautiful. So it says, please wait for me. I'm still healing and learning. So we had that message at the beginning there. So definitely look at that. That's like your person's biggest concern. Because look at, there's like over 200 something here. So I've only pulled about 7 in total, about 6 the first. And yeah, so like 8 now. But look at, well, 7, because this one came out twice. So can you believe that? Definitely something they want to communicate. Okay, so let's see if there's any final messages. Okay, so go ahead and like the video if you did find it resonates, and we're going to get like 3 or 4 final messages to close out this reading. Wow, so ton just flipped over. First one we've got, it says, I've got a lot on my mind lately. So, you know, I'm just going to say this for you guys, collective. I feel like your DM kind of just forgot. It's like you guys have had a lot on your mind the whole time, too. You both have a lot on your mind. And see, this person, this was the problem back then, and maybe still a bit now. They're more focused on them, how they feel, how they felt at the time when they walked away from you for someone else, not thinking about you or your family or, you know, your living situation or the relationship you had. And so now for them to say that, I mean, just as the reader from the outside perspective, I feel like immediately you guys are going to say that and say, well, you've got a lot on your mind too, right? What about you guys? Wow. And then your DM's going to say this. Will you stop holding on to the past? I feel like this is a married old couple here. You know, married for 40 years and you don't fight, but you got these little bickers. Okay, second time this has come out. So for some of you, Spirit is literally saying it's okay to move forward. You know your story. That message won't be for everyone. But for some of you, you know your person isn't changing. We've got I can't lose you. In case I haven't told you lately how important you are to me, I just wanted to remind you. It says you mean everything. So there you go. Okay, we got space for 2 more messages. Close the reading. Go ahead and get those likes up if you found this was a reading that's resonated with you. And if you want to send out that love to your DM. I mean, really, this is just like an energetic thing that we should just do. Kind of send a prayer for the DM. Because the same way that you took a lot of strength to overcome it, if I was around then, for all of you collective, I would have given you this same prayer of uplifting spirits. I just want you to know. But now that we can see it clearly for your DM with that 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups in reverse, all that negative energy, your person feeling like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. Let's just send them some positive vibes and healing. Just to let all those masculines know too. It's like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be emotional, and most importantly, it's okay to be vulnerable, because I feel like a lot of them are in such a masculine vibe, or even were raised that way, that they don't think it's okay to like be feminine or come back and show you their soft side. And the fact of the matter is, like, they don't want to lose you, because that's also what made them lose you in the first place, was them trying to play more masculine than they were. Like, oh, well, whatever, I can just move on to the next girl or the next you know, men talk. Like, freak, they even say worse stuff sometimes. I'll move on to the next HO or whatever, you know, like, and your person, literally, I feel the vibe. Your person said all that to their friends or family just to make it so that they could move on and forget about you, and it was okay. But the more and more they did that, the more and more they realized every single time, it's almost like Spirit is like, what are you doing? That's your person. And you just knocked another domino over to knock them further away from you. And so, wow, what do the dominoes do? Chain reaction. The whole thing went down, and that's why your person's feeling that 10 of Cups in reverse right now, because they kept maybe doing small little, oh, well, divine feminine, nah, it's not, blah, blah, blah. And then slowly they feel like they knocked that whole domino track down to the fact that they can't reverse it. So that, I've never had that analogy ever. That is so beautiful, and really, I hope you guys understood what I meant with that. So just all those little knocks they made at you, at the relationship, at trying to move forward with karmics and other feminines, and saying that you were karmic. Even for some of them, they could have said you were the karmic just so that they could move on. But in reality, it's like the more they did that, they must have gotten to a certain point where it just knocked the rest of the foundation over. Like it crumbled over, whether you have a family or not. And they just feel like, you know, there's no way once you set up dominoes and it goes over, is anyone going to go set it back up? No, but Divine Masculine knows they've got to do that in order to come back to you. And so this is, I think, what has them in their head, depressed, drinking, or if they're not indulging in any sort of like addictive behaviors, then that's why they were serial dating or like casually hooking up with people, or just totally ghosting you, putting their focus on their friends, their career, anything but you, just because of that. Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to do one thing here. So Taisha, love, I've just added you as a moderator. I really hope you're okay with that duty. And I was going to ask Princess Twilight if you're okay there, because I feel like you're here a lot too, hun. So let me know if you guys are cool with just being moderators for random people like that. Try to, like, I'm not sure. Because this is a beautiful reading, and I don't think there's bashing on any sides here. I mean, really, it comes down to, we just said a prayer of healing for all your divine masculines out there. And I would have said it for you, loves, but you guys already came that. You already overcame that. And I'm proud of each and every one of you. And if you do need that, leave it in the chat, and absolutely, we'll send a little prayer too. Maybe we will anyway, just 'cause. So let's see, a final couple messages here. All right, so let's see what final messages. And thank you so much to everyone that tuned in. I really hope it's able to bring a little bit of clarity to your situation. Forget making up about the past. Much rather just kiss and make up. So that flipped over. It didn't flip out, but it flipped over. So let's see if any more flip out. Okay. There's two that like flipped over my finger. There we go. Okay, there we go. Bonus message. I think there's 3. So we've got, your love has healed me in ways I never dreamed possible before. You are my guiding light, and I love you so much. So this is it. Your person feels like through all the other relationships, through all the breakups and everything like that, no matter what, you truly have healed them, either being together or in separation, as to just like you've shown them who they truly can be as well, collective. And like you've shown them that it's okay to be emotional, it's okay to be loving and giving. And this could be something that your divine masculine is still working through as well, learning how to show that love back. Maybe they didn't even know how to receive your love in the beginning, but then now they're totally like transforming and figuring that out. And it was after they had to go through all this with you to figure it out. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're resonating with the readings. Thank you for tuning in. So it says, I feel like the angels guided us together. I feel so lucky. We've got, every time I pray, I include you because you are such an incredible blessing in my life. Now, we've spent a lot of time on the ones in separation. We're going to spend like a minute just finalizing the other side of it. So for those in separation, your person's healing, but they've let go of most of the karmics. It looks like for some of you, they are still holding on to an ex. Whether this is the ex before you, or whoever they dated after you, you know how it resonates for your story. But I gotta admit, it showed up twice. I still have feelings for my ex. So yeah, for some of you, this divine masculine is juggling between that feeling and you. Now, if it's a new person that they had feelings for, they're admitting, it's because, like I said, they tried so hard to fall in love with someone else, to like run away from your connection. So they kind of just got themselves in a messy situation, and they know they did. Because especially if it was karmic and they tried to fall hard, oh, they fell hard. Just to like realize it wasn't real, or like I said, this person left them for a third party. But like they really fell, and that was their karma. That was their karma. Especially if they left you and a family behind for what they thought was just the next best thing, and you had kids and stuff. I don't know, spirit, it seems like it was a little bit harsher if you had kids and stuff, or you were married and they just like left. But I mean, that sounds automatic, because they not only walked out of your home, but they walked away from not only one heart, but however many hearts, whether that's kids or pets or just even other family members that could have lived in the house. However it resonates for you, they know they broke some hearts. And it's like, otherwise, for this new relationship, if it's a newer person, they ran back to someone they were comfortable with, an ex of theirs, before you. Someone that they dated for a long time, someone that they once saw as their be-all, end-all, and only to realize when they met you, there's something they can't explain about you, but they don't know if they're ready to jump from being single into like a marriage. But we had the Hierophant and all that come out a few times, so it's like they truly know that you are someone they could marry or they see a future with, but all this is leaving them with a lot on their mind. And it's like, if you're a new connection to them, okay, so you know how I was saying how like someone faces addictions? Like they could know that you're someone who does not face addictions. And so they're like so intimidated, especially if they've never opened up to you about stuff like that, to go forward and say, hey, look, I'm just trying to get my life in order before I come forward. Or, hey, look, I'm dealing with this. And they just don't want you to see them or judge them in a harsh way. And I feel like none of you would, because you like feel like this is your person, right? That unconditional love is real. But this is just how this person views you. So just letting you know. This is why if it's like newer, why they hold back. Because they find it's easier for them just to sit in their own bubble, their own depression, their own past, and wonder what the future will be like with you, than to actually take the leap and risk getting hurt again. So that's a difficult scenario. Definitely. Because, like, if it's new, they know that they only have so much time or you're going to move on. Wow, so some of you, they do want to take you on a trip, though. I don't know how that works. Maybe the two of you have, like, mutual friends and stuff. Maybe they'll say, do you want to go on, like, a trip with a bunch of people? And then if not, maybe they'll just be like, hey, I know we're new to dating, but do you want to just go on a romantic getaway, just the two of us? I mean, hey, I don't know who would say no to that. Beautiful. Interesting. Wow, one of my friends likes you too, I just saw. So for some of you, one of their friends could possibly have feelings for you. That could just be a whole other reason why they haven't come forward. So there could be like technically 2 to 3 reasons that's really holding them back. But see, what Spirit's trying to break through is it's like it's all self-imposed. Once they realize that and like truly just have the nerve to come towards you, they'll see that however they feel about you, you feel the same, or that it is possible to like truly try. Wow. I'm planning a surprise. Came out again. And this is for those in the past. I didn't think you'd actually leave. And that's all. That's it. It was like as soon as you walked away, they realized. And some of you, they didn't realize till they walked away to a couple different people and didn't get what they wanted. Of course, because you're their person. It's like too, they could have deleted they could have deleted what? So maybe they deleted, I don't even know. Oh, they deleted all the karmics numbers, or they could have even deleted your number, collective. Really just saying, nope, never going back, deleting Divine Feminine's number. They'll meet a new feminine, and so be it. And so for some of you, if it's a past person, they know they could get a hold of you, but I just heard they'd have to reach out to one of their friends, one of your family, someone that they lied to you about just to get the number. So that's another thing that's holding them back. Where did that come from? That was, I need a sip of my tea, my coffee for that. Probably shouldn't drink coffee, but sip on that. Imagine. So if they deleted your number and they truly have to go to one of your family or friends, they're so embarrassed. Because it would have been like, no, it's over. And now they're like, hey, can I get their number? And I feel like your family or friends going to make fun of them. Be like, how do you not have their number? What? And then they're going to be like, oh, well, I couldn't stay away, so I had to delete it. Like, obviously they won't say that, but that's it, right? Totally. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. I want to do something different for you guys. Spirit just gave me this download to do this. I don't know. This came out of nowhere, but we're going to do it. So just bear with me for a moment, folks. And thank you for bearing with me. Now, this may resonate for you. It may not, depending on you. But for a lot of you, this is going to be... Okay, that was a really weird one. Wow. Okay, once more here. Okay, so Spirit told me to get a song. So I did like a shuffle to see what song came up. And... I can't believe that came up. Lick by Cardi B featuring Offset is literally the song. So that's the spiritual song download that is from your DM right now, bro. That's why I'm like, oh my gosh, you gotta be joking me. You really want me to say that? Lick. So, yeah, there you go. I'm not gonna play it. That's for you to go check out on your own time. But right when I was closing this reading, Spirit was like, okay, no, get them a song. So, yeah, that's your song. Wow. So it's Lick. Oh my goodness, I love it. Because that just makes you all excited too. It's like, what? So, yeah, your person really feels like if they just get you to think about the passion that the two of you shared, or if it's a newer connection that the two of you could share, they feel like that's it. Like it's a done deal. So maybe this person's really attractive, or they're very like physically like hands-on. Like they're very much so a hands-on person. Wow, I keep saying I'm planning a surprise. So for some of you, they definitely want to plan some sort of way to see you. So that's really beautiful. All right, final two messages and we're closing it. Go ahead and like the video if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching. Says, I'm ready to build our lives together now. I ran in the past. Twin flames, bruh, if that isn't the... Thank you, Spirit. So a lot of you, if you ever need a confirmation, whether it's a new person or a past person, and even maybe a few cross watchers in the house, yes, this is your twin flame. Stop running away. You and them, this is your person. That is the way to be. Absolutely. I'm all about that. Call your person handsome. Like, absolutely. It says, I want to marry you. So I'm ready to commit to you for the long haul. Wow. So this person really wants to commit to you. Now, intense. We've got this one flipped and we got 2 more. So that's perfect. This is it. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope this is resonating. Will you ever stop holding on to the past? So your DM could think either you're holding on to a past relationship from before them, or that you're holding on to how they hurt you if you two dated. So take it how it resonates, but maybe the two of you just need to set everything clear between you. Please stop ignoring me, unblock me. So DM needs you to unblock them for some. This reading, though, this energy is so beautiful. Like, so use your own discernment, but honestly, it's like, yeah. Please wait for me. I'm still healing and learning. So that came out 3 times. 3rd time's a charm. And like I said, I have over 200 something messages. Maybe we've pulled almost 20 of these, and 3 times. That's the only one that came out multiple times, and that one came out twice. So that's intense. These 2 are actually means like definitely from your person. So majorly from your person, please wait for me. I'm still healing and learning. And majorly from your person, I'm ready to build our lives together now. I'm sorry I ran in the past. You are my person. No one has ever made me as happy as you have. Let's start our own family together. So that's really sweet. Your person might come in and be like, get over here. What video game is that from? Get over here. Isn't that like, come on. I feel like it's Scorpion. If not, Lick by Cardi B. That's all I gotta say. Your person is going to charm the pants off of you. And final message from your person, just to bring you some beautiful peace of mind to close out this reading. That was just at the top of the deck. So I love you to the moon and back. This person sees you as their overall wish fulfillment. I kept this card here because it came out 2 times, and I truly, yes, there you go. I just know it says get over here. But yes, so your person totally sees you as wish fulfillment, and like I said, they're gonna be like putting their arms around you. And they want you just to like stop holding on to the past and start holding on to them and a future with them. And especially if it's a new connection, they could feel like you're holding on to your past relationship, and they just want more reassurance from you that there is where you want to be with them so that they can make the move towards you. So, okay, some of you needed to hear that. Feminines, you might, I don't know if it's like your stories. Maybe you're posting like you still care about your ex or something. Or maybe you're posting signs for your person, but it's coming across like you still care about your ex. Take it how it resonates for you about however this person is trying to do it. I mean, it's just really obvious that the two of you aren't understanding each other. It's like a miscommunication one way or another. Like signs are being put down and then they're just being forgotten or ignored about. And, you know, you could be dropping hints for your person and they could be ignoring those. It's like either one or both of you are just like totally just like misreading each other's signals. I mean, I think that's kind of cute though, in a way. I gotta say, if you guys are both kind of klutzy in love, like missing each other's signals. But I get this vibe. This won't resonate for everyone, but for some of you, you just feel like you've wasted so much time apart from this person. Like you could have been so happy all this time that you've spent apart if it's a past person, or it's like if it's a new person, this person could be really slow to come in towards you because they're healing from their past. And so you're like, okay, like today, you know, like you're not trying to wait 5 years, but sometimes that's what happens. I mean, it's all about divine timing. There's no way you can predict when your person's going to be ready. It just has to have that communication. That's the best thing you're going to know. So, wow, you guys. What a beautiful reading. I really hope you guys were resonating with this one today. I didn't think that was going to go that long. I that just the message needed to get out. I truly thought it would be like maybe an hour reading, but your DM, it just shows like, look how much they've been holding back from you. Whether this is old connection reigniting or new, there's so much that's been left unsaid, and both of you have come up with your own assumptions as to maybe why. But it's time for you to get together and just communicate and see that you're both on the same page. And if this doesn't resonate for you holding on to the past, you could be looking at them saying that too. If they're holding on to an ex and you know it, like, hello, are you going to let go of the past so that the two of you can move forward? So just take it how it resonates for you, because it will be different. But yeah, definitely just know that. So that's really beautiful. That's sweet, Taisha. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I definitely have a message sometimes that pops out that says I communicate to you through music, but not today. Not today. I guess this is just a given now for some of you, because you guys truly do always communicate through music, because usually that card always comes out in the reading, and it's like, every time it does. So it's funny because it didn't today, but maybe it's like now it's just a given between the collective and spirit and your person. You guys communicate through music. I don't know if one of you is a musician, or if not, it's just like you both love music on a deeper level, and you could just like have songs you either listen to together, or a song you hear and you think of your person, and like your divine masculine doesn't know, and your divine masculine, it looks like, could have a song that he thinks of you about and you don't know. So it could just be one of those vibes too. So really interesting. Now, if your person is sitting back, though, and playing games with you and playing hard to get, cross-watchers, if there's anyone in here, or, like, even you, Divine Femme, just, like, there has to be some sort of communication, because I feel like a lot of you have either misread their signals or moved forward just out of boredom, or, like, not wanting to wait for this person to, like... So, take it how it resonates. Now, if it's a past person, you feel like you've been waiting so long for them, but if you have them on block, that's why they haven't been able to come forward. Okay, final message, because there's a little bit of a spot there. It says, I put you on a pedestal and I place you above the rest. No one else dare pass the test. Your love, it's true. It's truly the best. So that is beautiful. That's beautiful. It's like, regardless if this is new or old love for you, this person, especially if it's new love, they already know how deep this connection is. So it could be freaking them out a little bit. 256 likes, 2 hours and 56 minutes when I just looked over. It just changed now, but that's crazy. So a lot of synchronized numbers on this reading, more than I've ever seen in a reading, I think, ever. And so that in itself is absolutely beautiful. And all I gotta say is you guys just keep focusing on you, but be ready for communication. Be willing and open to hear it if that's something you want. And if it's something you don't want anymore and it's someone from the past, maybe just open up and let your DM know that, so you can both really heal and move forward. But a lot of you, of course, it's something you want to revisit, or if it's new, it's something you want to really dive into. Ooh, maybe you're going on vacation. Dive in. Ooh, tropical vacation. There you go. Someone's going swimming. I don't know. Going to the beach. So that's beautiful. We're going to leave that right there. But I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that tuned in today, tonight, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And it is always such a pleasure to read for you guys. I really hope that this could bring you a little bit of clarity, and just know overall, sending you light and blessings and lots of love and healing during this difficult separation for a lot of you, or even just a difficult coming together. Knowing that, you know, all relationships that have that deep unconditional love, like I said earlier, for those that are lucky enough to experience that, there are some people, believe it or not, that do not experience that their entire life. For whatever reason, we could talk about that another day, but sometimes, a very small percentage in the world, but some people You know, it could come down to past life karma and stuff like that. But some people, or even just like how they, you know, I'm not sure, some people don't put themselves out there in love a lot. I'm not sure. Who knows? But truly, some people could just not be lucky enough to have found that person. So if you're sitting here listening and you know you found your person, even if it's a difficult separation, just remember that fact. Of all the millions of fish in the sea, you did find yours. And it does take work. But no matter how near nor far, you know that this is your twin flame, your person. And, you know, if this truly is your person, no matter what, you will. And they would for you. So take it how it resonates. But like I said, if you're just tuning in now, Spirit really acknowledged the fact that this decision is up to you. Regardless, you are going to have a win-win outcome. You are going to have a family. And you are going to have a long-lasting marriage, whether it's with this person from the past or you decide to try with a soulmate instead of your twin flame here. Because, like, plain as day, and isn't that beautiful? One of the last messages we could get. Twin flames. So, like I said at the beginning, if you felt that energy looking at your person somewhere along the relationship, that was it. That was your be-all, end-all person. You just knew it. From the bottom of your heart. It's just a feeling. You can't explain that. That's your twin. You knew it. And as much as they could have messed things up or ran away from this connection, that's your twin. And so that's what the hard part was of the separation. They now know it too. And they have to climb their way out of the like thorn maze to come back to you. That they made themselves. The labyrinth of thorns. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Just know that your person, for a lot of you, they know that they have to reach out too. This is why they haven't yet. If you're just tuning in now, I was saying earlier, they want to make sure they don't have any past resentments. And a lot of you have been the person to reach out over and over again to your person. So it's like you just keep focusing on you. I mean, you know your story, but I mean, Divine Masculine's got to be the one. If Divine Masculine walked away, put someone else in between you, whether it's new or old, Divine Masculine knows just as much as everyone in here. And if not, if your person wronged you and walked away for someone else, don't you dare go crawling back to them, because that's not balanced. That's going to be a faulty foundation again that's going to crumble down because your person isn't being honest with you, isn't being loyal to just you, and isn't building it on a solid foundation. Your person knows they need to drop all the extra people, heal, and come to you with the truth, whether that's a new relationship or an old relationship. And that's the only way that it'll truly work. And that goes for any relationship, twin flame or not. If there is no truth when the two of you get together, how can that last in the long run when the truth comes out, right? Just look at it that way. So that's all I'm saying. It's like you may be frustrated to hear it's going to be longer for your DM to heal. But no, they know now what they did. They're acknowledging and they're healing through it. And it's just one of those things. If that's your person, it doesn't matter how near nor far. That's your person. And if not, you've got the go ahead as well to heal your heart. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Just know I'm just trying to give you a little bit of both sides, too, because this is collective. So I know some of you want to go back and some of you are saying too little, too late. And absolutely, if that's the case, when you're healed and ready, they will bring you in a new soulmate. Not another twin, because we only get one, but they'll bring you in a soulmate connection. And soulmate connections are a lot easier because they don't bring out all the difficulties of a twin flame connection. So yeah, to each their own, really. But a lot of you, if you knew you were dealing with your twin, this was your twin. Both beautiful connections in different ways. Can't say one's better than another, but I mean, of course, the twin flame connection is always going to be the strongest and the most difficult to forget and the most difficult to maintain. So that's it, right? Isn't it? Everything that's the hardest is the best, like the most beautiful. Whereas if you put in no work, I mean, it's going to be good, but of course it won't be as good. It's just the way it is. Thank you so much, everyone. You guys are amazing, and it is such a blessing to read for you guys. Sending everyone light and blessings your way, healing vibes, and wishing you all an amazing rest of your day. Until next time, sending light and blessings.